There's the beginning. Oh, summer is killing me. All the pollen and dirt and smoke and dust and mold and fucking bacteria in the air is just killing your boy. I woke up this morning like, it's gonna take me a second to knock the crust off of it. Speaking of the crust, did I get the crust out of my eyeball? I had crusty eyeball. Yeah, I did. That's good. That's good. No crust in the eyeball. That's one thing worth noting. Howdy, howdy, good morning. The early adopters have arrived. Salve Paulus. Ave Paulus. How's it going? It's going, man. I had a fucking wild dream last night. I had a wild dream, bro. Wild. Just like wild dreams. Last night, I dreamed that there was this giant fucking hurricane coming. For some reason, me and Amelia lived, and I was with my whole family. My family had come to stay with me, and we were just gonna hunker down, but we lived right on the beach. And there's this like super massive hurricane coming, right? And like the tide is going all far out because we know there's gonna be like a tidal thing. And I'm just like, in this dream, I was just like kind of like running around. And I felt like I was like the only person that cared about it, maybe. Like I was like, you guys, you might want to get away from that window. And they're just like, no, look, the storm is crazy and blah. And then like people would be like sitting outside like, whoa, this wind is nuts. And I'd be like, maybe we should get indoors. And then I think the dream ended. Yeah, you know, I've got an electric car now. Me and Amelia were sitting in our car out in front of this house we were staying, trying to ride out the hurricane in. And we're talking, we're sitting in the car, and we're right up against like this kind of like, you ever been on one of those roads that like it's basically a cliff on the right side of you? We're sitting on a road like that. And all of a sudden, she looks away from me and she looks up at the sky, and I'm like, what? And she goes, and I look up and I can see like coming this big fucking swirling eye. It's like the eye of the hurricane, right? It's like, you know, and it fucking like is going so fast too. It's nothing, like it wasn't like realistic, like how the eye would look, right? But it just goes like over our head, like so fast. And when it passes, it makes like a sonic boom. It was like, and it went over our head. It was like, we were like, ah, right? And then all of a sudden, like my car, because it's all, you know, like it's all electric, it was like, and like all of a sudden the car started like rolling forward and down that cliff. And I was like, I can't stop it. Hold on. You know what I mean? I can't stop the car. Hold on. And we went down, like crashed into this like water that was at the bottom of the thing. And then I woke up. I was like, the fuck was that dream? The fuck even was that, bro? Dude, that eye of the hurricane thing was wild. Dude, I remember looking up, like, Amelia was pointing up at it. She's like, look. I went and looked. It was like, shoo, shoo, shoo. Like all the clouds were doing this, like hella fast, and it went, just like passed us by. It's like, what the fuck? I jolted awake when our car hit the water. Like when my car hit the water, I was like, what the fuck was that? Aren't y'all doing an episode tonight? Indeed we are, yeah. We start at 2 p.m. my time, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Deep Fat Fried today. Dreams are insane, man. Weird how your brain does that shit. I know. It's fucking like, woof. Feels weird not seeing you on DFF, but nice to catch a live stream. Well, you'll see me tonight on DFF. As always, every Tuesday and Friday, live for the plebs at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or thereabouts. We're typically like 5 or 10 minutes late. Whatever, we're stoners. Paul, you look shook on that one. It was crazy, dude. It was a crazy ass fucking dream, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Dream was wild. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. What the fuck, dude? These little carrying cases that these things have. Paul no likey. When I closed it, it felt like it closed wrong. Now it won't open. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it goes. The fuck, matey? Should come back to Illinois. They're making mushrooms legal. Dude, I'm on the West Coast. Mushrooms are like quasi-legal in Oakland and a number of other counties in California. They were quasi-legal in Oregon for a while. Like, why would I go to fucking Indiana or whatever for that? No thanks. Gonna go ahead and stay on the West Coast and get that. Not to hate, but... Will Pitch Wars make a comeback when Cinema for Cynics gets revived? Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. Take me to another world. Take me to another land. Make me forget all that hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Pitch Wars was fun. Not gonna lie, it was fun. So how are we doing this morning? Like, I need you guys to lend me your energy today, okay? Because I woke up with my nose stuffed up and my throat all fucking filled with phlegm. Okay? Let's get real. But I am still thirsty. Good. Day off for me, having coffee, but I'm going to smoke marijuana and cigarettes all day. Yeah, me too. Oh, you got a Saturday D&D game that you play? That's fucking nerdy. Cool. Nerdy in a good way, bro. But I am still thirsty. Bro. Yeah, I can't believe that hurricane fucked up my car, bro. You helped a lot of us see a way of life we could have never seen before. That's something to be pumped about with in life. What do you mean? What way of life? I'm good, man. I've recently recovered from a bad divorce, starting to feel like I have a future again. Yeah, that happens, doesn't it? I've been there. What kind of car is it? It's a 2023 Nissan Ariya. It's their full-size electric SUV. Pretty badass car, honestly. I'm at work right now. I was just choking, and my coworker's only thought was to hand me a chart while I couldn't breathe. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. But I am still thirsty. If you don't mind my asking, what exactly led you to getting to testing for a CPAP? So I went into the doctor one day, and usually I'll just go in and I'll tell them a few things I'm not feeling well about. But I'd been sick for like, and I mean it, sick and wrong and fucked up every day for like 2 years. This was probably like 2021, 2022, right? And I think towards the end or beginning of 2023, I went in and I was like, look, I feel like I'm dying. I don't know what's going on. I can sleep for 10 hours and wake up and feel like I need to sleep another 10 hours. I'm exhausted all day. I've got brain fog. Like it's taking all of my mental acuity just to speak this normal fucking paragraph to you. I work, live in front of people, and it takes like literally, I have to dig so deep just to get through a show. I was like, I'm gonna die. Like I just told the doctor that. I was like, I'm telling you right now that if there isn't some sort of interceding in what's going on with me, I'm gonna fucking die. So help me. And they were like, okay, let's get this test. And one of them was a sleep study. The sleep study found that I had moderate apnea, but like moderate meaning I was only losing deep sleep 60 times a night, as opposed to 120 for someone with severe apnea. Put me on the CPAP, and the next day I woke up, it was like my life changed. I like woke up, I felt okay, the brain fog was gone, my body felt good, my mind felt sharp. I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, I don't know, man. All those things. A few streams ago, you mentioned your fascination with Paleolithic man. If you haven't seen Quest for Fire, I highly recommend it. Yeah, I like Paleolithic. I like just human history, like especially the unknowable human history. You need to do physical activities the older you get. Well, I'm learning that. Yeah, I do yoga 2 or 3 times a day, every day. Been walking more, been getting out more, and the more I do it, the better I feel. So yeah, I think there's like a baseline level of stuff you need to do with your body to make it feel okay. I'm learning that. You're pooping and talking? Dude. Could you give us a courtesy flush over there, bro? Not to be mean, but dude, we need a courtesy flush if you're gonna keep pooping while you're talking, bro. Yeah, could we get a Febreze squirt? $50 push-ups a day. Dude, I couldn't do 2 push-ups right now, bro. You have any idea? Like, I've been sedentary for fucking 30 years. Well, maybe not 30 years, but like, I have not done like calisthenic exercises like jumping jacks or push-ups or sit-ups for fucking like 10 years at least. Like, I'm going from like complete couch lock to getting up and around again. And it's slowly but surely paying huge dividends for me. But I don't think I could fucking hit 50 pushies. right now, dude. It's tough for me, like ground exercises. There are a lot of yoga poses that want me to get on the ground that look like they would help me, but getting onto the ground and off the ground is super hard for me. Like my back is fucked, so I have to get up a certain way to keep it from like wrenching my back. And if I stay down on a flat surface that's hard for too long, it'll be hard for me to get up. It's like my back settles in a certain way, and then so I do a lot of like standing stretches. Those seem to work really well for me, and walking. I have a hard time getting off the ground. My body does not work the way it used to. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I realized that like probably 5 or 10 years ago. I was like, whoa. I remember when the time I really realized it was I was living with the guys. We were all in the Tinderbox house in Louisiana, and they had this leather couch there, this big like sectional couch. It wasn't actual leather, I don't think, but it was like whatever leather-esque, big sectional. And this couch would like eat controllers, bro, like the remote. People would be like, "Oh, change the channel," and we'd be all looking around and like, "Oh, fuck!" It fell down under the couch, and it would like fall behind the cushion, and that would be under the couch, and the only way to get it would be like lift it up and reach your hand under there, right? So I was like, "All right, fuck it." I was like, I think Chelsea and Ashley were there. I was like, "Girls, I'm gonna lift this couch up. You guys get under there and get the fucking thing out." And they were like, "Okay." And so I went down to the edge of the couch, and I went, I did my straight arm maneuver. I put my hands underneath it, straightened my arms, bent my knees, and I said, "All right, 1, 2, 3," and I lifted, right? And this couch is fucking heavy. I lifted it up. They got under there, and as soon as the couch reached the apex of my lift, like as soon as I got it up as high as I wanted to raise it, it felt like a giant rubber band in my back went. It was like something snapped, and I was like, "Oh, get it, get it, get it! I have to drop this." I got out and I fucking laid it down, dude. It was like a week and a half before I could get up out of bed without screaming in pain. Like I ripped something or broke something in my back that was like unbelievable, and it was like a week and a half of barely being able to get up to like pee and bathe myself. So that was the day I realized, like, dude, you can't just like fucking willy-nilly like you used to. You don't like me? Why not? That was mean. If you don't like me, if you don't have anything nice to say, maybe don't say anything at all. You ever get told that? How much has your mobility improved? Amazingly. You guys you don't have to take my word for it. On this channel, go back and look at like a live stream from 5 or 6 months ago and watch when I stand up and listen, right? When I get up from this very chair, here's what it'll sound like if you go back 6 or 8 months. Hold on, guys. I gotta get something to drink. Oh, fuck. Right? Now look at this. No hands, baby. No hands. Like, this is like, that to me is like a level up. I know it's like a simple fucking thing, but are you a scientist? No. Nope. I do this for a living right here. This fun stuff. Yeah, the doctor wanted to put me on Ozempic or Wegovy or whatever the fucking one for fat people is, right? And my insurance just straight out denied it. Like, for whatever reason, my insurance, the insurance policy that I have, has a policy that I need to be pre-diabetic if they're going to give me Ozempic. And I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't get it, to be honest with you. I'm actually kind of like happy that I didn't get it. Because I'm losing weight healthily and naturally now. So why would I want to be giving myself a bunch of more drugs? I already take pills to regulate my mental health, pills to regulate my blood pressure and heart rate. Why would I want to add a whole nother drug in the mix if I can just do it without that, you know? How much have you lost so far? I don't have an exact number for you because I don't own a scale in my house. It's unhealthy for me. In previous attempts at weight loss, I'll weigh myself every day, and if my weight fluctuates up, it fucking sends me into a tailspin. So I don't weigh myself. So I'll give you my weight as I know it for sure. At my peak weight, I weighed at the doctor 6 months ago, 367 pounds. That's huge for me. I've only been bigger than that maybe one time in my life. I've never been over 400 pounds. I've never even come close to 400. But that's close enough. 367. The last time I went to the doctor, which was 3 weeks ago, I weighed 333. And I would be willing to bet that I've lost another 2 pounds a week. So 246, I would say that I weigh something like 325 pounds right now. You're gonna get banned if you keep asking stupid fucking questions that are apropos of nothing. I'm warning you. What brand of cigarettes I smoke has no bearing on what we're talking about. I've seen you ask it 4 fucking times. You're not gonna get an answer. I don't care enough to tell you what brand of fucking cigarettes I smoke. If I smoke the same brand as you, it doesn't make us simpatico. Everybody smokes the same brand. Okay? Cool? Okay, neckbeard, chill. Bye. Bye, little fella. See you next alt. I wish I could speak English. You speak English more proficiently than a lot of native English speakers. I understood that sentence and it's got proper grammar. So you're doing better than a lot of the people in here, Manu. Oh shit, everybody look out. It's the pickle police. Everybody look out, the pickle police is here. Shh. Hide your pickles. How you doing, officer, sir? How can we help you today, sir? Should be very proud of yourself for any weight loss and a healthier you. Are you focusing on exercise and diet? Yes. Yes. So I adopted a diet called lacto-ovo-pescatarianism. I hate the name, but I don't eat red meat anymore. I don't eat pork or chicken or beef or any of that shit. I only eat fish, eggs, dairy, and a whole lot of vegetables now. And most of it is vegetables, honestly. I barely eat fish ever. I'll have shellfish, mostly shrimp or, like clams or mussels or whatever. But most of our dinners are completely meatless now, or most of our meals are completely meatless now. So I'm like vegetarian-esque. Yeah, I do like tofu and certain things. Has to be like made right though. Sometimes you just get like tofu and people will put it in a pan and it just comes out all like soggy and flavorless. But like Amelia like braises the tofu and like marinates it so that it soaks up all that good miso and then cooks it and it gets kind of crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. I like it like that a lot. Yeah, that's good eatins right there. Do you find it hard to diet when you go out to eat? No. The thing is like over the it's 9 months now that I've been doing this diet. it's not even really a diet. It's like a lifestyle change, I guess. When we go out to eat, it's very easy for me to just pick something on the menu that doesn't have meat. Like 99% of the places you go aren't like meat centric. Or if they are, they've got tons of like side dishes with don't have meat or whatever the fuck. And I just like as a result of changing my diet, my portion sizes have gone down by I would say a third of what I used to eat. It's pretty fucking crazy, but what I figured out from it is that number one, my body isn't screaming for surplus energy now that I'm on the CPAP. So the amount of food that I need to eat to feel full is less. That's what I think is going on. That coupled with the fact that I eat a lot of vegetables now, a lot of fiber, which is more filling than other things are. Is your partner always on the same page health-wise as you, or did you guys have to come to a compromise on certain lifestyle changes? Yeah, like the whole lifestyle change for me was born out of a conversation with my partner where, I talked to her about like the issues that I'd had with meat my whole life and how I'd been kind of grossed out by it, but forced myself to eat it. And that had led me to like seeking out like processed meats, sausages and ground meats and stuff because I couldn't stand eating a whole piece of meat. And she listened to me, heard me out. She's very sweet and very attentive. And then she said at the end of it, why don't we just stop eating meat? And it was like such a simple thing, but I was like, can we? She was like, yeah. And so that was that. She's not like adhering to the diet as strictly as I do. When we go out, if she wants to get a burger or a steak, she does. Like, it's not like I can't see it being eaten. It's not like I can't stand it if somebody's having a chicken sandwich or something. Like, it doesn't bug me. What about processed food in general? I still eat processed foods here and there. Like fruit, like there are these like impossible chicken nuggets that are just like the chicken nuggets you would put in the freezer. They taste the same to me, but we have those with like tater tots or French fries or something for lunch sometimes. Um, I'll have a grilled cheese, and it's got the processed cheese in it. Um, but a lot of the stuff I eat is just like rice, legumes, beans, vegetables, bok choy, kale, greens, like just a side salad, whatever. What do you do for proteins and fats? Well, that's one of the reasons I'm lacto-ovo. I get proteins from eggs, I get proteins from dairy, cheeses, right? It's not enough to replace all the protein, but I also eat protein-rich vegetable matter. So, like, I'm talking tofus, I'm talking beans, lots and lots of beans, rice, those types of things have a little bit of protein in them. And I'm not, to my knowledge, protein deficient. So, nuts, yeah. Nuts, beans, um, tofu, just like high density. Like when Amelia gets pasta to make a pasta dish, she'll get like the protein pasta, like the pasta that's got plant protein in it. Paul, you're overworking yourself, buddy. I tell you what, most slept on. I won't pretend I'm your mom, and you don't pretend you're mine. I won't tell you not to pick up a shift at the burger flip place, and you don't tell me how often to stream. How about that? Sound like a deal? You drink more diet sodas than sugary sodas. I don't even really, I don't think I've had like a straight up Coke. I don't know how long it's been. Maybe a year. Like, I don't drink regular soda. I barely drink diet soda. I drink this all day. This is just water with a little squirt of Mio in it. You know, that like sugar-free flavor stuff. Dinor, where you at? Oh, you're there. I bet the people would like to see you, sir. Can you come here? I bet the people would like to see their little Dinor friend and say hello to him this morning. He is so cute. He is so sweet. He's so fluffy. Hold on, D. You stay. Come here. I just needed to, I accidentally touched the screen and I opened something. Oh, that's a big yawn. Do you want a booty scritch? Yeah, you do. I feel good. A little bit of a booty scritch. Here's a back rub too. Can I give you a kiss? Thank you. Can I give you another kiss? Thank you. Okay, you can go. Oh, D. Oh, dirty D. How old is he? He will be 8 years old in December, January, around then. The dog is a felon? What? No, don't trust that dog. Sir, I think you've got the wrong dog. A history of fraud. Oh, Dinor. He's so cute, I know. Yeah, Dinor cleaned up his act a long time ago, okay? He doesn't fucking chill behind the CVS anymore. Shout out from Mexico. Much hate and disrespect. Damn, Mexico. Why are you guys so mean? I love you. I grew up in Madera, California, in a place that's like demographically 80% Hispanic. Why do you hate me so much, Mexico? That's mean. I was abducted by gray aliens in the summer of '02. Good for you, bud. I hope you got yourself like a good probing. You prefer scruffy dogs to smooth? I just like dogs. I like all dogs. I like scruffy ones, I like short-haired ones, I like long-haired ones, I like big ones, I like small ones, I like fat ones, I like skinny ones. I like fast ones, I like slow ones. There's not a dog I don't like. I've never met a dog that I'm not immediately friends with. My dog's name is Scotty. ¿Tú hablo español? Habla un poquito de español. Español conversacional. ¿Dónde está el baño? Doble a la derecha, doble a la izquierda. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Social welfare is for those who need it. Commie. Commie is with an IE, bud. There's no Y. It would be commie. COMMIE is how people spell it. I love your beard. Thanks. Old Growl, don't talk to him. Don't talk to each other in my chat. It's very confusing. This is a chat interactive show. And if you're yelling at each other and I think you're talking to me, you just love to annoy because you're Scottish. Dude, most Highlanders I know aren't all about trying to fucking annoy people. I've met a few of you Highlanders before. Oh, aye. And you're a stoic lot. So are you a bit of a spurg where you're from, laddie? Are you the type of guy that makes the old Scots round the town go, ah, look at that fucking mess? I think you are. I think I smell an outcast among the Highlanders. I'm not from the Highlands. Whatever. You know what I mean. Oh, the Central Belt. Oh, aye, laddie. And I'm sure round the Central Belt you draw lots of looks in public, don't you? Who's that there? Oh, that wee lad was failed by his parents. Real shame. Never learned to be a true stoic Scotsman. Hello from Iowa. Hello, Iowa. How's Slipknot doing? Slipknot's my personally favorite thing that ever came out of Iowa. My partner and I live in the Highlands, but he's the Scotsman. I'll have to show him your accent, Paul. It's pretty bad. Like, to an actual Scotsman, it's pretty bad, but to everybody else, it's pretty good. An actual Scotsman will pick me apart 9 ways from Sunday. But anybody outside of there will be like, damn, that's a pretty good fucking accent you got there, laddie. Like, oh, thank you. I like doing Irish, too. You just got to put on the leprechaun for the Irish. Oh, Faith and Megora. Oh, that's right, lad. Pay attention to your elders, for on the Emerald Isle your elders hold the key to all the lore you need to survive here, laddie. Do an English one? I mean, I can do several different types of English, very like rudimentary, but like high British. Hello, my name is Paul Zigo. I am 44 years of age. I've been doing online content creation for quite some time now. I'm here to answer any questions you may have, elucidate you on any conundrums you may be having in your mind, and further press your knowledge forward. And then there's like, oi, what the fuck are you want, mate? I'm a fucking chimney sweep, mate. I'll tell you what, mate. I'll fucking bust your face, mate. And then there's like, Australian is basically that with another little twist. It's like, oi, give us a ciggy. Bum us a ciggy, mate. Bum us a lighter. Can we bum us a lighter, mate? Bum us a fucking ciggy. I was just doing Scottish, yeah. Oh, the Highlands. The beautiful Scottish Highlands. Oh, there they are. Bask in 'em, laddie. Whatever. You gotta roll your R's with Scottish. Far more than you'd roll your R's with a British accent. Thank goodness. Previous stream was full of angry people. At least you're nice. Yeah, man. We try to keep the vibe pretty fucking chill here. I mean, there's enough arguing and yelling and screaming. I'm not saying I don't get a little heated sometimes, but right now we're just chilling, man. We try to keep it light and pithy here. Where are you from? I'm from the sunny state of California, here on the beautiful west coast of the United States. No, Texas. Born and raised right here in the Central Valley of California. I do have a pretty standard Southern accent, but that's because my family is from Missouri and Arkansas through Texas through to California. So it's very easy for me to turn on and off my country accent. When I'm talking to my mama or my daddy, this is pretty much how I talk. I'm 44 years old. Stop smoking cigarettes? I'll tell you what, I'll do it. One of these days. You don't have a California accent. California accent is a myth. California is a state of immigrants. There is no one singular accent in California. And the part of California that I'm in is called the Central San Joaquin Valley. It's a farming area. People talk just like this everywhere. I live right around near a town called Fresno. A lot of grapevines, a lot of almond trees, a lot of citrus is grown in here. Big cattle ranches and such, right? People in LA will talk like this. Hey man, what's going on, dude? You've got like a lot of accents that you can do, man. It's pretty fucking crazy, bro. We're chilling here in fucking the basin, bro. We're chilling here in OC, bro. I mean, no, I shit you not, that's the LA accent. There's all kinds of accents all up and down California, man. Paul goes to Fresno's finest mega church, People's Church. No. There are a couple of big fucking ostentatious mega churches around, though. I hate them fucking places. Oh, dude, that's fucking gnarly, bro. I'm not even fucking kidding, bro. I'm gonna have to fucking finish this fucking kush, bro. Because that shit's fucking gnarly, bro. California kind of sounds like, it sounds like every state. So like I said, California is a state filled with transplants. Everybody comes here. Everybody leaves here, right? So it's like constant influx of people, constant stream of people going out, and the accents regionally are always fucking changing. You ever call someone a buster? Back in the 90s, yeah, you're a fucking buster. You smoking weed? Cali's the third largest state. It goes Alaska, Texas, Cali in terms of geographical location. Atlanta. I love the fucking hip hop that came out of that region. It still comes out of that region. I've only driven through Atlanta, so I can't really speak on it. You still love cinema roll? Of course. Who doesn't love cinema roll? Cinema roll, cinema roll. Squishy, squishy, cinema roll. Alaska don't count as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Well, then if Alaska don't count, California is the second biggest. Texas and Cali. Regional accents in the United States are actually a really fun thing to study. Regional dialectics. Like, there are places in the United States where if you could be born and raised here, right? Speak perfect fucking first English. You go to fucking like certain parts of the Ozarks, and it's almost like people are speaking a different language, right? The dialect is so fucking different. The regional dialect. So, like the United States, I think a lot of people think that, you know, it's one general accent with some variation, and it's really just like 900 different regional dialects that have all blended. Louisiana, yeah, the Louisiana accent. That, what you doing down here, boy? You come down here you come down here often? Oh yeah, we got the crawdads now down there in the fish market. Oh, what you got to do is you got to go across Pontchartrain to get that now. You ain't gonna find that down here, and it's just like. But that's like a fucking Creole kind of accent. There's a lot of there's a real heavy French thing. Like everybody down there is named my name Reggie Ladoux. You know? You're like, oh, okay. I love Spanish. Well, I love the Hispanic accent. People think it's or I get accused of it being like a racist character when I do it. But I grew up around a very, like a Spanglish regional California accent that's really fucking recognizable. And it's really not a fucking parody. It's like, hey, how's it going? Fuck, man, I don't know. I'm just fucking chilling, bro. I'm just fucking chilling, eh? Fucking hot as fuck yesterday, you know what I mean? Fucking crazy, yo. Like that. I don't fuck around, eh? I don't fuck around, man. When it's fucking 100 degrees, yo, I don't fuck around, eh? What's up, Pranav? Oh yeah, it's hot. Yeah, today's gonna be kind of nice. It's only gonna get up into the mid 90s today, I think. I mean, that doesn't sound nice to you probably, but a lot of the summer here where I'm at, it's 100 plus. Do a Canadian accent. Oh, you're just being a hoser, eh? You're just being a hoser. Let me tell you about my couch. I want to tell you about the couch I got. Shut your mouth. All right? Shut your mouth, man. For God's sakes, shut your mouth. For God's sakes, man, shut your mouth. I'm trying to enjoy some time on the couch. Well, you see, the Hegelian dialectic between the spirit man and the soul man is very complex. And there are certain conceptual levels that have to be mapped, or you die. Sorry, so sorry, sorry. If you think that you can be a man and not confront the dragon of Hegelian dialectics, sorry, you're wrong. Sorry about that. Sativa or indica? Yes, please. What you got? What you offering? I'll take it all. I don't really care. The Russell Brand clip made no sense. They talk in riddles. Oh, it was nuts, bro. The fact that Russell Brand didn't get to talk, it was like a 9-minute clip, and it's 7 minutes of Peterson just fucking gobbledygook, bro. And that's really the point, isn't it? That's really the point, isn't it? When you dig deep enough in the conceptual system, you will find contradiction. And contradiction itself is inherent per se and part and parcel in the world. But when the world itself is being Hegelian dialectic examined, then you have to dig deeper. Do you see? Then you have to dig deeper. The conceptual system is no longer functional and can no longer map the ins and outs of your day-to-day per se, as I was saying, etc., etc. It was like 7 minutes of that, and then at the end, yeah, That gave us lots to think about, didn't it? Like, I was thinking the other day, what the conceptual system, right, is what you were talking about. The conceptual system amongst baby goats, when they faint, right, it's because they are experiencing an overload. But humans don't have that shutdown mechanism, or at least most of us don't. And so the shutdown mechanism that we have is internalizing the Hegelian dialectic that Dr. Peterson, and it was just like 9 minutes of gobbledy fucking gook. And they're like, whenever we make a short about Peterson talking shit, people will go like, these guys don't know shit, man. They fucking use big words, that's all. And it's like, dude, I've taken probably like a dozen high-level psych courses. Like, I'm a semester and change away from a fucking bachelor's degree in clinical social work. I took high-level psych and passed it all. And I've listened to some fucking professors talk about some really dense fucking psychological human psychology issues, child development issues and shit. Never once have I found any of them to be anywhere near as inscrutable as Dr. Peterson. So, he's a doctor, yes. Dr. Jordan Peterson, doctor of psychology, a Canadian. He's just insane? I think so. I think his benzo addiction, coupled with his massive, massive, massive overblown fucking ego and his massive sense of fucking entitlement and delusions of grandeur, have made him like a fucking nightmare. Like, people, like, he still draws people like flies to shit. But like, dude, if you want to see some crazy shit, go watch his interview with Rosie O'Donnell. Or not Rosie O'Donnell, Roseanne Barr. Dude, Roseanne Barr, you know Roseanne Barr, she's very plain spoken. She doesn't know about the Hegelian dialectic at all, and you should probably not waste your time talking to her about it, because she's very close to the earth. Dude, Jordan Peterson talks to her like she's some kind of fucking research fellow at Johns Hopkins or something. And she's just sitting there like, yeah, I think that makes sense, I think. Well, sense is really something that you have to think about now, isn't it? Sense, that word sense. What makes sense to me may not make sense to you. And maybe it never made sense at all. And she's like, yeah, that's pretty fucking, I think you're right about that, maybe. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I can't say that he hasn't. I mean, I don't know that he was born rich. I don't know about his childhood much. You could go look up his Wikipedia and let us know if it's interesting. But like, yeah, I don't get the sense from him that he never had a job. I get the sense from him that whatever like fame he's gotten as a doctor and like a philosopher for people has gone straight to his fucking head in a big way. That I do know. Dr. Peterson is up his own ass, and I don't think anybody's going to be able to extricate him. I think he's going to die up there. What's something you love to do, even if you don't get paid for it? This. So these streams that everybody likes, I don't. If you'll notice, you can't give me super chats. I don't have monetization turned on this channel at all. I do these for free because I really do love them. So that's an example. This channel blows up, are you going to monetize it? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. If it blows up, but if it blows up, you'll also be getting, more types of content on it, probably, I would imagine. So I would probably, like, dedicate more of my time to it rather than it just being a hobby now. Yeah, if it blew up and stuff, yeah, I might monetize it in the future. It's not like a hard line thing I've done, but as it stands right now, I don't make any money doing this. I don't really care to. I have my own money. Like, I make my money on another podcast. I've got, those of you that don't know, I do a podcast called Deep Fat Fried. That's where I make my money. This is, I do this for free. You think Trump will be president from UK? I think there's a good chance. Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna fucking shake out. I don't think anybody does. Anybody that's telling you they know how it's gonna shake out at this point is lying. But I think there's a good chance that we get another Trump presidency. Sick shirt, my guy. Love Wu-Tang. Same. It's gonna be a sweep of competition on shorts when TikTok gets banned. Oh yeah. Well, not only that, but there's going to be a huge influx of people over here. Queso? Queso's grandpa. That's what I am. Biden would be remembered much better if he stepped down. You're right. You are correct. Biden might even get to pull a little bit of fucking LBJ comparison if he steps down now at a time when the people just have no confidence in him. And it's clear he probably can't secure the nomination or not secure the presidency with any kind of like guarantee. For him to step aside now and allow the DNC to go through the process of nominating a younger and more electable candidate would make him, and then that electable candidate would be, if they chose right, would be easily able to walk away with it against Trump. And he would be remembered as a nice old grandpa who saved us from Trump. Instead, he's going to be remembered as the guy who doubled down with a double dump in his pants. Got lost, froze up in the middle of sentences, shook hands with the air, and went demented in front of everybody. You just want a normal president? You don't get one. You don't get one. You can't have it. I'm sorry. Your choice this cycle is 2 demented old men. 2 demented old men who don't remember what day it is most of the time. Both of them have lost control of their bowels. A lot of people think Trump is the only one wearing a big old diaper. No, Trump's just fat, so he has to wear a bigger diaper. But never forget, Joe Biden shit his pants in front of the Pope. A lot of people go like, what? Yeah, you could look it up. Joe Biden visited the Holy Father at the Vatican, and there was a poo-poo incident. He had a poo-poo incident. They had to hide him in a bathroom in the Vatican while his aides went out and bought him a new pair of pants and underwear. Peepaw pooped his pants in front of the Pope. Peepaw pooped his pants in front of the Pope. Is that like a grandma got ran over by a reindeer song? Peepaw pooped his pants in front of the Pope. Sometime in 2022, the Holy Father reached out to bless him, and he filled his pants with poo. Peepaw pooped his pants. Fuck. Peepaw pooped his pants in front of the Pope. No, I never tried ham radio, but I was a CB radio enthusiast, and I started trolling people on the CB when I was 8. And I did it from 8 to like 13, 14, something like that. I would have gotten in trouble way earlier than I did if I was on ham radio. Ham radio is very much like monitored way closer, at least back in my day, than the CB bands were. So it was my pleasure to like troll truckers passing through the Central Valley from 1988 to 1994 when the FCC shut me down. It was the same way my dad would get so mad. Dude, my mother got called to the sheriff's office and told to bring me. And we were met with the sheriff, the county sheriff, and an agent from the FCC who had been monitoring me and telling me that like they've been building a case on a number of dudes that I was talking to. One of them's name was Stephen Duckwald. I can say it because he's dead now and fuck him. I knew him as the Duck. He was a pedophile. He had molested his grandsons that were like either my age or 1 year below me and went to my school. Another guy that I had fucked around with, a guy named John Hightower, killed his wife and was in prison and then died in prison. He hadn't died yet when I got briefed by the FCC. So yeah, my mom yanked my fucking CB radio out of my room and had my stepdad pull down my tower. And that was it for me. That was it for me, bro. My CV trolling days were over. But thankfully, right around then, 94, the commercial internet was becoming available. And everybody was starting to think about getting on it. And so I just moved right on to the internet with my trolling. What would you say to truckers? Well, I was 8 years old when I started, so just shit that would piss them off. Like, you know, I'd just be like, what are you guys doing? They'd be like, listen here, little boy, you need to get off this channel here. There's working men trying to get things done. Be like, I know you're working right now because I'm at your house fucking your wife. Be like, son, you'd never say shit like that. You'd never ever fucking, son, I'll beat your fucking ass for that. I'd be like, oh yeah? Oh yeah? Well, I'm beating up your wife's pussy or whatever. You know, I probably didn't know that, but like it was that, dude. It was literally just like, you're gay, I'm fucking your wife, nothing you can do about it. You know, I don't think you're a troll. I'm just good at it. Like, a good troll you don't think is a troll. I love trolling. I love the fact that I can say or do something and trigger a massive response. And so I do it all the time. I do it like as parcel of my job is like baiting reaction out of people. Aren't you basically the trucker now? Well, that would be the case if the reverse zoo hypothesis wasn't in place. You understand the reverse zoo hypothesis, right? I explained it a couple shows ago, but do you understand it, Packy's boy? You guys, whether you know it or not right now, you are in a reverse zoo, right? So here's how a zoo works, right? A gaggle of people, you guys, are scrolling along, and you see a gorilla in a cage, right? And you stop to look at the gorilla, right? And that's how you think of your interactions with me. I'm the big stinky gorilla in the cage. You guys are like looking at me, right? But the truth of the matter is that the gorilla brought you here. The gorilla brought you here. I summoned you to where I am so that I could ogle you. So you're the ones in the zoo. I picked up my phone and I summoned you to me so that I could ogle you. So while you feel like you're the one in the zoo, but I can't see you, oh, I can see every last one of you. I don't need to put eyes on you to see you. Every last one of you has a face and a fucking body type in my mind, and it's just as true as anything. So you have been summoned by the gorilla so that he can ogle you. It would be like if the gorilla picked up the phone and was like, "Come to zoo, look at gorilla," right? You can call it cap, kid. You can't argue with the logic, though. When you go to the zoo, the gorilla's got no choice. This gorilla's got choice. This gorilla picked up the phone and called every one of you and went, "Come to me, gorilla board." And you came. How are you not the zoo member? Can you say, "Bomba clot, mother mercy, say my name a little louder"? Damn, that's crazy. I know. People don't understand it. Yeah, your phone got a notification. Gorilla summoned you. How am I the gorilla? Jesus, don't cry. Mm-mm. You can rely on me, honey. You can come by anytime you want. I'll be around. I'm bound. You were right about the stars. Each one is a setting sun. Do 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 do. Wow, now, now, now. Tall buildings shake, voices escape, singing sad, sad song. Two chords. Was Jesus a white guy? Absolutely not. If Jesus Christ existed, he was brown like the people that came from the region he came from. Why would he be white? If Jesus returned, he would destroy MAGA first. If you read the Bible, he's coming to the church first to throw out the people who did iniquity in his name, people who professed with their mouth loudly that they believed unto him but never followed him. It says right in the Bible that Jesus is going to come to the church first, and he's going to turn his back on those that are hypocrites in his church and say, "Get thee hence from me, I never knew you." So Jesus coming from MAGA first. Yep. I hedged my bets and spewed hate in your name, Jesus. Save me, please. And he's going to say, "Save you? Get thee hence from me. I never knew you. You were never my follower. You were never a Christian. Goodbye." You're an original enlightened person, subbed. Cool. Welcome. I like your name. Roy Batty, the evil android on the loose, like tears in the rain. All the memories pass away like tears in the rain. Hey, Paul, are you psyched for Beetlejuice 2? Fuck no, I'm spooked. I'm scared to shitless it's going to be fucking skibbity toilet Pixar garbage. I think they're going to wipe their ass with Beetlejuice. I think it's going to be inclusive, and I think it's going to be child friendly, and I think it's going to make Beetlejuice the good guy, and I think it's going to be heartwarming, and I think it's going to be nothing like the fucking movie it's based on. Nothing. That's what I think. Never seen the original, but I'm a massive Jenna Ortega simp, so yeah, well, whatever. I mean, I'm not fucking, I'll see it probably, but I'm not fucking looking forward to it, bro. I've not seen House of the Dragon. I was so fucking done with Game of Thrones by the middle of the 7th season that I was surprised I made it through the 8th season. The 8th season was one of the biggest travesties I've ever seen ever. It's like they took a beautiful show and just ruined it on purpose. So yeah, I haven't watched a single clip from House of the Dragon. I will never fire it up. I'm not interested. What's your favorite movie? Aliens. So the sequel to Alien, Jim Cameron Aliens, is my favorite movie. I think it's the pound for pound the best movie ever made. Like best pacing, everything hits in it. Like there's not a single character that is unnecessary in the film. Everybody that is in the film is operating at a high level of mastery. So you've got master actors, master technicians, and a master director, master editor. Like it's all fucking like, right? Aliens, my fave as well. It's a lot of people's favorite, and for good reason. It's a step above most movies if you really compare it. Pacing, the last 20 minutes of Alien are, I think, some of the finest things ever committed to film. Like the relentless pace in the last 20 minutes of Aliens is fucking unreal, dude. The sound, the practical effects, the fucking twists and turns and battles that happen at the end of that is like fucking like, it leaves you like wanting more, which is all I ask of a film. I like V for Vendetta quite a bit. I don't think I revere it the way some people do. Like, dude, V for Vendetta broke a lot of people's brains. You had like fat, sweaty guys running around in Guy Fawkes masks for like 20 years, bro. You had like fat sweaties going like, Anonymous is watching you, you know, like, because of that movie. Apone was a great leader. Hey, he tried. All right, you sons of bitches, assholes and elbows. You, Hicks, come here. Come here. Look into my eye. I like that guy. I've seen Showgirls, and I agree, it is so bad it's good. Showgirls stars, or am I thinking of a, no, it's right. Showgirls stars the chick that was in Saved by the Bell, the nerdy chick, right? Jessie from Saved by the Bell. The one that started taking caffeine pills and got spun out. You remember that episode of Saved by the Bell? None of you probably do. Never mind, I'm fucking old. There's an episode of Saved by the Bell where a chick started taking caffeine pills and she spins out. And her friends have to be like, Jesse, you need to stop taking caffeine pills. Oh, man. But yeah, that lady is the star of Showgirls. No, Tori Spelling is a different chick. Tori Spelling was, I think she was in Beverly Hills 90210. Her father is something, Aaron Spelling? Yeah, Aaron Spelling, and he's like a big producer, big TV producer. So you can tell how Tori got her big break. I would have liked Showgirls more if instead it starred Mr. Belding. Yeah, Mr. Belding and Mr. Belvedere in Showgirls. Mr. Belvedere is a deep cut, bro. See, that's a name that I can say. It's like a Zoomer test, bro. I go like, anybody seen Mr. Belvedere? And the confusion, dude, lets me know I got a Zoomer on my hands, bro. Because if you don't know what Mr. Belvedere is, bro, you missed the fuck out, bro. Mr. Belvedere was the greatest butler, okay? Let me explain to you fucking kids. Mr. Belvedere was the greatest butler that ever lived. There was this rich, white, privileged family, right? And they were falling apart because their money was fucking running everything, right? Like all the kids were disaffected, doing bad in school. Dad was stressed out. And so that dad decided like, we need a butler. And he just thinks a guy to cook and clean, right? But what they got was Mr. Belvedere. Okay, and Mr. Belvedere came in and fixed that family. Mr. Belvedere not only cooked, cleaned, but he showed that family how to love each other. Mr. Belvedere is the GOAT. Yeah, he was the glue, all right? Mr. Belvedere came in and fixed that broken family, that privileged white family that was getting lost. Elizabeth Berkeley. That's the right name. You're right about that. I wouldn't have been able to summon that, but I know it is correct. Mr. Belvedere was the GOAT. So male Mary Poppins, exactly, but way more cool than Mary Poppins, bro. Mary Poppins was lame. He didn't sing no lame ass song to get you to take your medicine or something. He was just like, Wesley, come here. It's time for your medication. Oh, Mr. Belvedere, I don't want to. I don't care. You know, like, dude, Mr. Belvedere loves you too. That's the great thing about it, Abby. Mr. Belvedere loves you too. I bet you get a ton of pussy, bro. Oh, I'm married, so. But as far as like me being like a big hound, my body count at 44 is 4. I'm not a guy that ever chased body count. I've been in like very long relationships. I never really did like the dating, casual sex, hookup culture shit. I was just never attracted to that. And so I've been in basically 4 long committed relationships. And those 4 people are the people I've slept with. 15. I mean, whatever. I don't judge. It just, for me, it's like, you know, and I'm not trying to brag or whatever. I'm not the best looking dude, but I've got a good personality. Like, I've turned down a lot of opportunity because I'm just not like, as hot as a person might be, if I don't know them, then like sex becomes kind of weird to me. You know what I mean? Thought you were joking when you said that on the live stream. No. Legit. 4. If you're talking like actual sex, I've fooled around with people, like, but when you're talking like actual sex with a person, 4 is my body count. And I don't judge people that are into the other way. You know, like if you're like in hookup culture or whatever, you're in like a polycule or something, like I'm not judging you at all. I swear to God. You live how you want to live, but bruh, some people have hundreds of body. I know, like, and it's cool, but you know, I just don't care. Like, I would never ever like enjoy having sex with somebody I didn't know, didn't trust. Like that's part of sexual attraction to me is like knowing who I'm gonna have sex with. And so the idea of just like hooking up and hooking up and hooking, it just never appealed to me. I'm judging people in polycules a little bit, maybe. I just rolled onto the stream, but this dude is a mood 100%. Oh, thanks. Yeah, make sure you subscribe. I do these fucking like a crazy amount, bro. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. A lot of people like, and like I said, I don't look down. Like, if you got a high body count or whatever, good on you, bud. And like you're right. Like, if you wanted to throw in my face, like, dude, I've fuck more fucking LA 8s than you'll ever, and I'll be like, yeah, you have, dude. Congrats. I never really wanted that. I never really chased that, you know? It's like, I'll tell you guys a story. I lost my virginity at 18. My dad was one of those like man's man guy. Well, I say was, he's still around. My dad is one of those man's man kind of guys. And especially back when I was a teenager, around the time I hit like 15, 16, he started hitting me up with like, so what's the deal, boy? You dipped your wick yet or what? You lost that V card yet or what? What's going on? Got any prospects? You ain't even close to it. I mean, come on, man. And I'd be like, I don't know, Daddy. You know, I'm still chasing Tammy. Be like, you still after that Tammy bitch? Let me tell you something, boy. Let me tell you something. You want to get in that Tammy bitch's pants? Here's how you do it. She's got you wrapped around her little finger right now. She ain't never gonna give it up. Here's what you do. You date another girl. I know you. There's a couple cute little girls probably into you. You date another girl for a week or two. She'll be all over your ass. And so, like, when he told me that, right, I was like, no, fuck you, man. I don't want to date another girl. I like Tammy. But it stuck in my craw, right? Because there was this cute little freshman chick that was into me, right? And she was cute, and we got along well. And so I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go on a date with this chick. So I did, and I fucking shit you not, Pops was right. Dude, I went on one date with this chick, and it got around, like, we started holding hands in school and stuff. Bro, it got back to Tammy, and she was all over me like stink on shit, bro. It was crazy. It's like she went from, oh, we make out every once in a while, we're never on, physically intimate in public, like she would never hold my hand, never kiss me in public, to like she was draped on me everywhere. That fucking little freshman girl got her heart broke. But, you know, what are you gonna do? It was high school. But anyway, I lost my virginity at 18, which was kind of late for my generation. Most of my friends lost it at like 16 or 15 or 14 or something like that, right? I held the V card. My dad, as the years went on, as I got closer to 18, he got more and more busted up in his head about his son not being laid yet. I think he was worried I was gay, which he was half right, or like an incel or something, whatever we would have called an incel back then. A loser, I guess, a fucking, like, a nobody. And so he was like, when I came close to my 18th birthday, right, he pulled me aside one day. He's like, come here, boy. And I was like, all right, Daddy. And he pulled me outside. It was just me and him, right? He wanted to make sure we were only talking. And he goes, good news. Your 18th birthday is going to be awesome. And I was like, cool. What am I getting? And he's like, I'm going to take you to this place in Reno, Nevada called the Mustang Ranch. And my face went like, he was like, you're going to go in there, PJ. The most beautiful girls you ever seen are going to line up in front of you. You're going to pick two, and I'm buying you the hot tub experience, son. And he thought like I was going to be like, yay, Dad, I would love to lose my virginity to a prostitute. And I was like, well, Dad, that ain't happening. And he was like, what? And I was like, I'm not real worried about it, Dad. I really don't think I need to buy it. And I really don't think I want to go on a long trip with my dad to get laid at a fucking whorehouse, bro. And he was like, man, that's fucking retarded, man. I never would have turned that down. If my daddy would have fucking offered me that, you know how quickly I would have said thank you and yes, sir. I was like, well, I guess maybe we're different, Daddy, because I don't think I'm gonna need you to buy it for me. I'm not worried about it. And sure enough, like, I think it was like 3 weeks after I turned 18, I got my first real girlfriend. I'd finally broken things off with Tammy. And then a chick that I went to school with that graduated 3 years before me showed up at my fucking house and fucked my brains out. I was in a relationship with her for like 5 years. And when I told my dad about it, he was salty as all fucking get out. Because I lost my virginity in his hot tub. He tried to nail me with it. He was like, I turned it right around on him, too. It's one of the few times I got one on the old man. Got a point. I told him, I went to him and I said, hey, Daddy, got some news for you. I said, what? Lost that V card last night. He was like, bullshit. And I said, you can call bullshit all you want, old man. Don't make it so. I lost it right out there in your hot tub. He was like, oh. He was like, you dirty bastard. And I was like, well, you know. And he goes, he was trying to get me with one. He's like, well, I guess this weekend that hot tub's going to need to be drained and cleaned out. And I looked him right in the eye and I said, yeah, it really is. Yeah, it really does. It is going to need that. Because there's some liquids and juices and different things floating in there now. Yeah. And that was that, you know. All hail the glitch, the glitch, the glitch. How you doing? I'm doing okay, man. I'm just chilling, getting woken up. Got a big show today. Probably like 6 or 7 hours worth of our news and topical show today. I'm doing this as like a warm up before that. Feel like I'm actually waking up now, which is nice. I could use a cup of coffee. So I think I might go in and make myself a cup of coffee here in a sec. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. Do you consider sleeping with another man? Sure, yeah, I'm bisexual. I've like messed around with other men, but I've never gone all the way with a dude or whatever the fuck. Deep Fat Fried, y'all, best podcast you'll ever see. True, Deep Fat Fried, right here on YouTube. 2 p.m. PST is when we go live. Feel free to drop by and check it out. See what you think. Now watch me, you. Jesus. Flies, please. Flies, I've had enough. You've had enough too. go changing like the weather. You don't have to go that far. Ooh, take the good times and make them better, better. It's such a hard song to sing. Such a good song, though. So sorry to leave you all in a lurch. I had to pop into the loo and then pop the kettle on. I popped to the loo. I popped to the WC. And then I popped the kettle on. Don't go changing. The flies tried to hijack the stream. They always do. They're little bastards out here today. I'm smoking large quantities of wax. 'Tis most enjoyable. Hey, buddy, good for you. I'm happy for you. The stream is so relaxing. I'm just tuning my job out. Good. The fact that you've got a chill ass job where you can just like listen to podcasts and stuff is actually. Chair stream had more viewers. I know. As soon as I showed up, people were like, I want to see who shows up and sit in this chair. And then I showed up and people were like, ooh. Scroll up. My grandma says hello. Tell grandma what up. Tell grandma how is it going. What's your name? My name is Paul. Love from the UK. Thanks. How old am I? 44. I was born in 1980. I think my coworker might be closeted bi. He's married and has a kid. He just seems attracted to me in a way most straight guys wouldn't be. Should I ask if he's bi? Obviously, I wouldn't date. Nah. Dude, you don't breach that. If you respect him as a married man, you don't breach that fucking contract. And you asking him that type of shit would breach that. So you don't do that. You said already you're not going to date, so why even bother? Yeah, I like Tolkien's works. One of the first like adult books I like really fell in love with was The Hobbit and then The Lord of the Rings. I read them at an age, honestly, where I didn't really comprehend all of them, but I fell in love with that descriptive stuff that Tolkien does. Like the picture he painted of Middle-earth was compelling to me, even if I wasn't really old enough yet to grasp the greater nature of the story. And I've stayed in love with Tolkien's works. You know, I've reread the whole Lord of the Rings on average once a year for every year of my life. I love the movies. Do you skip the Tom Bombadil part? Why would I skip the Tom Bombadil part, bro? That's the best part, though. Tom Bombadil is the goat. He's the giggledy goat. All right? He's a jolly fellow. His little cap is green and his little boots are yellow. Okay? I've read the Silmarillion. I'm not as big a fan of the Silmaril stuff. But I don't hate it or anything. It's just like the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, that's my home base, right? Haven't seen me in a couple of years. We're cool. Welcome back. I'm still here, still kicking, still doing it. Still round as a ball. Still salty. A little older, though. Maybe a little wiser. I'd like to think so. I met this guy, but he's acting like he loves me for my ass, not my personality. So should I date him or leave him? I mean, that's not enough information, right? every guy is going to be into you for your ass and not your personality at first. That's just how guys work. But like, I have nowhere near enough information to tell you what's what. Like, I don't know homeboy, so some people are annoyed by Tom and find it boring. You have a retirement age in mind? Yeah, whatever my death age is, probably. I don't see myself ever fucking retiring. I've never been attracted to the idea of it. Like when I have a week off, I have to really like watch myself not to just work through the week. Like I don't know how to stop, and I'm not attracted to the idea of fucking retirement, especially if I get to keep working for myself in whatever capacity that is, like I do now. Like, why would I ever retire? I don't know. Well, I mean, something might happen to me that takes my voice away, right? I'm sitting here like chuffing cigarettes. I might fucking be on a voice box in 20 years if I keep this shit up, right? So there, like, obviously there's some things that might force my retirement. I might have a stroke, and now I can't talk correctly, or I have an impediment. My mind doesn't work as fast as it used to, and I can't do this anymore. But yeah, barring any of that, if my voice works, I'll do some version of this probably, or some business for myself till the day I die. Death is retirement, right? But I don't know. I work a different type of job too. If I was working at like the school district still, schlepping around fucking computers and killing myself trying to fucking empty a help desk queue that just refills faster than I could ever empty it as one person, and running around like a chicken with his head cut off to 3 different sites and doing the jobs of 4 people every day. You know what I mean? Like, if I had to go back into that, hell yeah, I'd be talking to you about like, I probably want to retire at like 60 if I can, or something. I'll be a fan of you till the day you die. Well, thanks for that. You don't know that though. What if the next era of Paul is hella annoying? Like, what if the chill hippie era of Paul ends and like I become like a white nationalist or something? Like, what if the next era of Paul is white nationalist, fucking high and tight, scumbag, conservative piece of shit, right? I can't tell you 100% that won't happen. What do you do for a living now? This channel I do for fun, but I'm a podcaster. I have been since 2015. So I make my living doing this almost 10 years straight now. I don't have any opinions on Sam Hyde. Don't really know much about him. But you're not monetized, not on this channel. I do a podcast called Deep Fat Fried. So you can search Deep Fat Fried on YouTube. That's my main business. Well, I'll be live there at 2 p.m. today for like a 6 or 7 hour show. My co-hosts. You could also search here on YouTube Onion Nuggets. It's a little angry looking onion guy thing. That's our clips channel, and which is also monetized. And we're gonna start dual streaming to that channel soon. And we're also going, well, I don't want to talk about that, but anyway, you can find us there, yeah. But we're going to be rolling out some new stuff. But yeah, on YouTube, that's how I make my bread. If you want to see me back in the day, you can search for Drunken Peasants on YouTube and look at some of the older stuff from like 2016. I was on every episode of that show for about 300 episodes. So this is how I make my money. Hey, Paul, I was talking to you about that guy from your details. I sent him working with my mom. I just got here being... Oh, that's a fucking ban right there, bro. That's a ban. Woof. That was tragic. Tragic, unintelligible gobbledygook nonsense. Man. What happened that caused the DP split, Paul? So, I mean, I think it's pretty much out there. I don't think that there's a whole lot of it that's hidden. I think a lot of people have a lot of like fan theories or whatever, but TJ did a video basically talking about it. Like, DP was a 50-50 ownership split between TJ and Ben. And they had a fundamental disagreement on what they wanted going forward. That was it. Super common. TJ was in a position where he only owned 50%, so he couldn't force his will on Ben. Ben couldn't force his will on TJ. So it caused a deadlock in the content that had caused a lot of energy to be bled out of the content, etc. And he just didn't want to do it anymore. He wanted to start something fresh and new, and so we did. You know, I was given the option to either stay on DP or to go with TJ and Scotty and start something new. I made my choice, and the rest is history. Didn't TJ delete that bit? I don't know, bro. That was fucking like literally like 8 years ago now. It's fucking ancient history to me. Yeah, I considered staying on DP. It was a real fucking stiff proposition, right? It was like the guys told me like, hey, we're leaving DP. We want to start something new. We're moving to Louisiana because that's where we've got family and it's cheap there, and we want to set up something. We want you to come with us. We want you to start a new show with you. We want to help you get your own channel off the ground. You know, you can live with us. We'll pool our resources and be partners on this. What do you think? And I was like, stay on a show that I'm on now, probably make more money than I am now because I got a little bit of like negotiation room here. Stay in Bellevue, which is beautiful. Stay on a well-established show and see what happens. Or move to a state I never even wanted to visit, let alone live in, with two guys that, you know, I really like and trust as business people. It was a tough fucking proposition. You know, I didn't say yes right away to anybody. I thought about that shit. I talked about it with my girlfriend at the time. Yeah, Bellevue, Washington, yeah. Bro, I was paying $5,000 a month for a one-bedroom apartment in the Avalon Meidenbauer building in downtown Bellevue. You can look it up, bro. It's a beautiful building. Sits right on top of a fucking Safeway. Dude, shopping for me was going to my elevator and going down to the bottom level and getting out in a shopping, in a grocery store. I'd fill my basket, I'd take it up the elevator, unload it, and put it in the cart carrier at the top. I didn't own a car. I didn't need to. I walked everywhere. I paid $5,000 a month, and it was pretty much all I made. I think I made $5,200 a month at the height of DP. So I was really like living by the seat of my pants. But fuck, dude, I lived there a year. That town was beautiful. That place was beautiful. Crazy though, dude. Fucking nuts. Out of control nuts. Very glad you chose DFF. The gauntlets are great, although very taxing to you guys, I imagine. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I'm glad. I think I made the right choice too, but, you know, I made the choice. Do you think you'd be happier if you were muscular and clean shaven? No, probably not. I've never really wanted to be all ropey and muscular and shit. I am trying to lose weight. The clean shaven thing. Do yourself a favor. You want to see me clean shaven? Go to Google and search white guilt Paul. You will see a picture of a guy sitting there like this, wearing a fucking button-up shirt, looking like he wants to kill himself. That's me clean shaven. So see if you like agree that I should shave my beard or not. You can go look at it, dude. Go look up white guilt Paul on Google. Bro, what's your job? You're looking at it, buddy. I do this for a living. What do you think about me shaving this beard now after you've looked at that? After you stared into that darkness? This is my job, bro. For 10 years, I've been a content creator. I love the beard. I'll never shave it. Fuck you. Well, never say never. You remember Omri the pigeon? Guys ever seen American Tail? Never say never, whatever you do. Never say never, my friend. If you believe that your dreams will come true, they'll come true in the end. Keep up your smile, don't ever despair. Take heart and then count to 10. Hope for the best, work for the rest, and never say never again. We're talking about doing a drag show, like a topical show based on the history of drag, but we're thinking about doing it in drag. And if that happens, I will be shaving the beard because it's just hair. It'll grow back. It'll take me like a couple of years for it to look this cool again, but I'm willing. I've already got my drag persona. Saltina Sachet is her name. Ugh? I don't know. I know a lot of people are turned off by drag, but I think it's pretty fun, and I don't think it's damaging anybody. It's been around since God was a boy. Like, men dressing up like women is not new. A lot of conservative people think drag equals trans. It isn't. Most drag queens, in fact, I think, or there are trans people who are also drag queens, but it's not like 1-to-1. They're just some dudes that like dressing up like chicks. Saltina Sachet, dude, yeah. She's coming out. She's in here. She's coming out. Lida Blunt. Ooh, that's a good one, too. That's a good drag name. Yeah, Watch Out World. Saltina Sachet may be coming to a show near you. No, I mean, it's like, you talk to actually people that do drag, they're like there's tons of dudes that are straight that do drag. Like, tons of guys that prefer to be with women. They just like the fucking pageantry of it. They like the costume. They like the fucking playing a different character and inhabiting a different body and all of that. And, as an actor, I can get behind that. I love doing that part of it. Oh my God, bro. Dude. Yesterday, I was talking about how I never see large insects anymore in my yard. I'm going to show you guys some fucking crazy shit right now, bro. It's a rarity. I don't even know what this is, bro. Hold on, let me not step in dino shit. Fuck. Oh, God, I hate these. Okay, all right. Look at this motherfucker right here. See how big that is? Look at that big motherfucker right there. What is that? That's a big old grasshopper or something, right? Ugh. Dude, I don't like those. I'm not gonna hurt it or nothing. I'm not gonna shoo it away, but I don't like them motherfuckers, dude, since I was a kid, bro. No, thank you. Oh, bugs that get in my fucking living space. Wish they didn't, because I got a bodyguard that takes care of it, dude. Cricket, my cat. It's a wrap. Flying insect, crawling insect, something that sneaks in under the fucking door jamb or something. Cricket eats that motherfucker like that. He's on the hunt, bro. Subscribed? Cool. Thanks. Hello, good day. Hello, Miss Lillian. How are you? I wouldn't hurt that animal because it's not pestering me. But if it fucking flies over here and like wants to get in my face, it's dead. I'm just letting you know. A fly, I have no sympathy for a fly. All right. But I don't put up with fucking things buzzing around my face. I'm not over there buzzing his face. If he comes over here and tries to fuck with me, it's on. What? Bro, you got a fuzzy memory, but thanks. Ever lived with roaches? Oh yeah, dude, a couple of times. If you're poor and you live in a city, a big city, unless you're in like Arizona or something, even in Arizona, if it's pretty foul, but like, do you live in a place where there are endemic roaches? You're gonna get them if you're poor. I can't deal with moths. I don't care about a moth. Yeah, apartment complex, nothing you can do about it. If you live in like a duplex or a fucking condo like I did for years, like, and you got a neighbor that's filthy and they got a big roach problem, they're gonna get in your house. It just fucking sucks. But I'm not like a person that just can't deal with it. I know how to fight it. I know how to kill them. I know how to move to a place that doesn't have them. It's fine. Dude, flies like landing on your face and shit. Bro, I saw a video the other day that was wild. I was doing how most of you found me, right? I was scrolling shorts. And I found this dude. And he was like bald, right? He looked like he was probably 30. He was bald. He had like a super like dead stare. And he was like, he put on, I don't know what song it was, but it was like some edgy fucking like rock song, like, you know, you've never seen in the heart of me. And he was like lip syncing it badly. And there were flies. And I shit you not, bro. I was watching this dude. He didn't even notice it. They landed on his head. And you know when flies are fucking? They're like, they've like, flies mated right on this dude's head while he was lip syncing for like a TikTok or a short. I was like, shoo it. But he just sat there like, you never seen the heart of me, and I never seen the heart of you. And like the flies are fucking on his head. I was like, dude, we live in a wild time, y'all. I hope you know it. You may disagree with me, you may agree with me, but I think we all agree on one thing. We live in a wild time. Are you currently represented? I'm an agent and interested in representing you. I don't need an agent, bro, but thank you. I mean, you can reach out to me, and if you've got a good offer for me, or you can get me some fucking work that I can't say no to, you know, hey, hit me up. I got a Twitter. It's at Paul's Ego. There you go. If you're actually an agent, send me a DM, and I'll see it eventually. But don't waste my time. Give me a whole fucking package. Give me the whole fucking skinny in that DM, bro. I don't want to. I want to talk to you. I want to know what you're offering. Paul's gonna star in a movie someday. We all know it. Are you sure? I'm currently looking for morons. See? I knew you were shitting it. You're on the market for morons, but not this moron, sir. Not this moron, sir. This moron is a freelance moron. Yeah, make me an offer I can't refuse, bro. But don't bring it to my doorstep. What a shitter. Oh, what mythology do you appreciate the most? I just appreciate mythology. I mean, mythology is just another word for storytelling. I mean, human beings developed language far before we developed hard science, and so what we call mythology is just how humans in a pre-scientific world explained the phenomena around them and their relationship to it, right? Paul, am I your type? I hate to tell you this, but I ain't got no type. Bad bitches is the only thing that I like. You ain't got no life. Cups with the ice, and we do this every night. I ain't check a price. I make my own money, so I spend it how I like. I'm just living life. Let my mama tell it, neighbor, I ain't living right. Chop a top of a Porsche, it's a headless horse. Extendo long as an extension cord. Bitch, I ball like Jordan, and I play full court. And if you want to talk to me, you ask me to keep it short. What you know about a check? What you got up in your pockets? What you spending when you shop a dog? I fucking love that song, dude. I always thought, isn't bad bitches a type? It is. Song really doesn't make much sense. Gotta say neighbor. I can't say that, I would love to just be able to like sing the song as it's written, but these are not the days for that. These days, that'll get you canceled real quick. So you just gotta say neighbor. No flex zone. No flex zone. They know better. They know better. It'll be clipped in 10 seconds now. Yeah, I know. How would you feel about a law that requires people over the age of 70 to pass a specialized? Yes. Yes. Don't even have to read the whole thing. Yes. Dude, old people, there are certain old people that just, I'm sorry, they need not be on the road anymore. And we need to find those old people and they need to have their license removed. And maybe we start a program to get old people to their doctor's appointments and to the store when they need it. Somebody that can drive picks them up in a van and they do like fucking, carpooling and stuff like that. Old people drivers are like some of the most fucking heinous drivers on the road, bro. And there's tons of them. So it's time we fucking deal with it. Paul, if you had to pick one song to listen to once every morning when you wake up for the rest of your life, what song would you pick? I wouldn't be able to pick one song, bro. Right now, I wake up, like, I'm annoying myself with it now, almost. I wake up with fucking Kodak Black in my head every fucking day, dude. Pull up in a demon on God, looking like I still do fraud. I literally wake up singing that shit in my head. And so that would be my song now to wake up to, I guess. But tomorrow it might change, I don't know what I'm going to be, like, obsessed with tomorrow. I'll tune it out. The alarm shit, I have to have a buzzing thing on, like the cell phone thing is like, because a normal alarm, like with a song, it'll wake me up for a while, but then it'll start popping up in my dream. Like I'll hear the song and I'll just stay asleep through it. Don't give me advice, bro. I don't tell you how to flip your burger. Don't tell me not to smoke. I'm 44, bro. I know my limits. I know what I can and can't do. Like, be chill with me like I'm chill with you. I'm not like trying to fucking point at your life, tell you what to do. Dude, is that a fucking... Dude, was that a wild fucking crypto bro that just happened? That's my first one of those. Like a wild crypto bro just popped in here trying to get people to buy some crypto shit. Like, do crypto bros realize that 90% of us realize that that whole fucking thing is a house of cards and a scam, and we're not interested? Like, we know that we need to buy in for them to make money, but we just don't want to do the buying in. Sorry. Sorry, we saw everybody lose everything in the crypto crash. We're not fucking retarded. My brother got caught up in the crypto thing. Dude, almost everybody did, bro. I'm so glad I didn't touch that shit. I looked at that shit and I was like, wait, a theoretical currency that's theoretically worth money and we're trading it for USD? Nah, that sounds like it's been to be shut down, regulated out of existence, or collapse under the weight of its own fucking craziness. I ain't touching that shit. It's interesting. If you look into it, it can't really be shut down. I disagree. I disagree. You want to know why I disagree? I disagree because that decentralized currency still relies on public internet infrastructure. So if the government wanted it to make it illegal to buy or sell cryptocurrency today, they could do it. and then you would be breaking the law. Oh, fuck, he just leapt. The grasshopper is on the ground now, you're all. Where's that blue jay when I need him? Blue jay. That motherfucker's looking at me, dude. He jumped down off that fence and now he's mean mugging. There are ways aru. Right, but there'd also be now a law that you're breaking when you find your way aru. And when people started getting gaffled up and stings and rounded up, like another crypto house was busted today, 15 fucking 25-year-olds, all owning the banned currency Bitcoin, were rounded up in a multi-state sting. Like, once it becomes that, there's no way you guys are going to be able to float the fucking currency anymore. That would be against human right. Oh, okay, yeah. When have the governments ever cared about your human right? Number one. And what about human rights says it's your right to invent a fucking currency and make it an analog to the US dollar? So you got a lot of fucking splaining to do. Dude, money is already a fiat currency. Like, real money, what we would call real money, a $20 bill, is already fiat currency. It's based on theoretical value. So you guys want to go one layer deeper and call it different, but really you're not any different. Well, that's what they're doing, Lorenzo. They're slowly but surely killing the industry. Yeah, ask people in Gitmo about human rights. Ask people that survived the Japanese internment camps about human rights. Don't cry to me about crypto, bro. You think it's safe money? I would advise you to get the fuck out of it if you can make some money doing it right now, because the government is not going to let you guys create a competing currency. They're going to regulate you all the way out of existence, whether it violates your human right or not. Owning digital property isn't being a terrorist. Neither is smoking weed. Neither is having an ounce of weed. But if I drive with an ounce of weed into Texas, I'm going to jail for 5 to 10. What do you mean? Like, do you live in real, like, are you so crypto-brained that you think that the real world conforms to the rules of your crypto shit? Then other countries will get those people and their wealth? I call your bluff. I don't think all the crypto bros are going to run away and be an Indian millionaires. I just don't think it's going to happen, bro. Crypto bros want what's here. They want to be positioned here. This is where shit happens. When I say here, I mean the US. Crypto bros want to be here. They want to have business presence here. They want access to this market. You're coping. You're coping hard, bro. The elites have ways of getting what they want done. And that's why I'm trying to tell him, Marshall, but he's not listening. He lives in this world where he thinks because he thinks crypto is a human right that the government's not going to seize that shit one day. It's near all-time highs, Lamau. Yeah, after a fucking devastating crash that ruined most of the people that were in it. Are you nuts, bro? That's why I said, do you think that 90% of us aren't smart enough to know not to throw our fucking money in that meat blender? Like, you're crazy, dude. But good luck. Get rich. Hope you're right. Stop yapping, Shrek. Scroll away, skibbity kitty. It's that easy. Way easier than typing a fucking comment I ain't gonna listen to. Like, I don't understand why you waste your fucking time, bro. It's that fucking simple. Skibbity bop bop bop, scroll up. Crypto bros won the lottery, but they act like they have Warren Buffett's level of wisdom. I know, dude. And there's so few crypto bros that really won the lottery, and so many fucking wannabes that like maybe got a couple $100,000, but it's all in fucking shitcoin. You know what I mean? And they're hoping guys like me go, let me put some of my liquidity into that shitcoin so they make a bunch more money, but it ain't fucking working, crypto bros. What do you invest in? Myself. My business. What do you mean? I don't own any stock. I have 2 retirement plans, a 401k from when I worked for Starbucks for 8 years, and a CalPERS plan from when I worked for the school district for 8 years. Those are involved in the stock market, but I have no control over what is purchased in them. I don't own stock. I invest my money back into my own business. And I save it. Happy Pride Month. Thanks. You too. On my way to buy a new car with my big hairy balls coin after it went to the moon. Big hairy balls coin, bro. Where do I get that, man? Where does that trade? Oh yeah, the stock market is a giant. That's why I don't put my money in that. Everybody looks all fucking happy when they got all their money wrapped up in it and it's growing. And then all of a sudden it fucking crashes and they go, oh no, I lost it all. They froze trading and I lost my money. Why? And I just sit there going like, ouch, bro. Like, I've seen it happen twice in my life. I've seen the stock market plummet. Once almost to a point of apocalyptically. And I always was doing just fine during those stock market crashes because my money wasn't in the stock market. So I figure I'm doing the right thing. I mean, like, dude, I don't know. Did you seriously just ask why he's using his country's currency? Ask another dumbass question. Yeah, I know, dude. It's getting real dumb. Yeah, I know. And then Nixon abolished the gold standard, right? Wasn't it Nixon? Who was it that abolished the gold standard? I think it was Nixon. I think it was the first Nixon term. He abolished the gold standard and created the current fiat currency. Really started in the early 1900s. Yeah, Nixon. But yeah, the United States currency was theoretically tied to gold until Nixon. Now it's tied to the global economy and other currencies. It's a theoretical fiat currency. It means what we say it means. When we need more of it, we print it. Now, of course, this causes us to go into debt. But debt is wealth now. If you become ultra rich, right? Let's say that you won the lotto tomorrow and you're smart. You won the big Powerball, motherfucker. You got like 240 million after taxes coming to you, right? And you're a smart motherfucker and you go to like a wealth management person. You pay them a bunch of money to tell you what to do. The first thing they're going to tell you to do is to sock your money away and to lock it up in safe investments like CDs. And to take out a giant backed loan with a major banking institution that you live on, right? So a lot of people don't know this, but like If you're Jeff Bezos and you want to buy a house, you're not like going to your bank account and going like, I got 100 million or $100 billion in liquidity right here. Let me just get 25 million and buy this house. You take out a giant balloon loan or you append it to a giant fucking rotating loan that you have. You never pay for anything once you get to a certain amount of wealth, and you never touch your money. The borrow and die method. Yeah, it works real well. Yeah, Trump is in fucking massive amounts of debt. He doesn't own Mar-a-Lago. He owes the bank fucking hundreds of millions of dollars in Mar-a-Lago. He doesn't own it. He doesn't own Trump Tower. He owns the bank owns Trump Tower, and he pays a big fat fucking loan every month on his profits, right? Bezos doesn't own the yacht that has a yacht. Have you guys heard that story? Bezos has a yacht so big they had to like tear down a bridge in Sweden to get it out of the fucking bay. And it has its own yacht for staff to sleep on and stuff. He didn't pay for that. He appended that to a big high fucking cap balloon loan he's got with some banking institution. Paul looking like a damn boring motherfucker. Wow, man, let me help you not be bored, bro. See ya. Too much money indeed, bro. Too much money indeed. These crypto bros are like crackheads, dude. They're sitting at a fucking like one-armed bandit. They're sitting at a slot machine, right? And they're yelling at everybody that walks by. You gotta get on one of these fucking slot machines, bro. It's crazy. I just hit triple cherries, bro. I just hit triple cherries. That's $500 right now, today, in 5 seconds, bro. I hit triple cherries, bro. You gotta get on this slot machine, bro. You gotta empty your bank account, put it right in the slot machine like I did, bro. Look right there, triple bells. That's another 200. See what I mean, bro? What are you doing? Pick up the money. And it's like, no. No. I feel like if I had that much money, I would want to purchase everything I get with cash so nothing I own could be seized by the banks if things fall apart. That's not the way it works, though. See, banks are federally insured. Your money is never safer than when it's with an FDIC bank. So that's not, you're not thinking like a rich person. Now, you don't keep all of your money in one place. You have your money diversified amongst multiple international banking institutions and multiple layers of business, shell corporations, etc. Your money's spread out, but it's spread out amongst banks and banking institutions. It exists as loans with different levels of banking institution. That's just not right, man. You're just not thinking like a rich fuck because you're not one. Debt is not just wealth in their eyes. Debt is wealth in the world. Wealth no longer has theoretical value. How much debt you can accrue is what has value. It's how you accrue value. As evidenced by what I just told you. Like Warren Buffett, right? Warren Buffett lives on a fucking heavily banked loan with some banking institution that subsidizes anything he wants to buy. If he wants to go to Europe, he just fucking has a card that he charges it on and it goes to a loan. The interest cycles, he pays it from his fucking thing. He never touches it. Yeah, dude, money is fucked. And crypto is just another layer of fucked in an already bloated house of cards of a monetary system. And I think most people understand it. Nicaros, dude, I'm not trying to yuck your yum, bro. Go be a crypto bro, but I'm going to ask you to move on to something else, bro. You ain't selling me, and I'm not going to let you attempt with that gobbledygook to sell some stupid person that's just driving by, bro. I know you want average people to buy in because you own a position and it stands to get big, but I'm not interested in buying in, and neither is anybody else in here. Okay? How fucked are we? Pretty fucked. You know, but the great thing about that is it doesn't matter. You as an individual have no power to stop what's coming. We as a people could do a lot of work to stop what's coming, but I can't, I can't force people to hit the streets. There needs to be a massive uprising of people across the economic spectrum, like comparable to the anti-war movement and the civil rights movement in the 60s and early 70s. We need to pack the National Mall in DC with about 2 million people and start singing "We Will Not Be Moved" until a new economic Bill of Rights is instituted. There needs to be a baseline. Every person should have a right to a good job and a home and all of this stuff. Hey, baby. Sweet. I left you one here. I'm sorry. It's all good. You ain't gotta rush. I'm fine. Just wanted to let you know. We the people need to stand the fuck up. Yes. And we need to stop allowing them to turn both ends against the middle. This is another big part of my politics. Like right now, if you watch American political commentators, even here on YouTube, right? A lot of them are trying to convince you that the problem we face is the people that don't think like you. So they'll point at MAGA. You know what MAGA is? Other poor people. And MAGA will do the same thing, right? They'll point over at like the left and go like, look at the wokies, look at the brokies, look at the this, that, right? But you know what the really is over on the left? Other poor people. So yeah, I'll talk shit about conservative ideas, but I talk shit about liberal ideas too, bro. I'm for the people. I'm a labor leftist. I'm for people, working people, blue collar people, getting a way bigger piece of the pie, making it fair, making it even, and making sure we're taken care of before these rich fucks are. Once we get our piece, they get theirs. That's my politics in a nutshell. I'm not a communist. I'm not a socialist. I don't really buy into the label shit. I'm a labor advocate. I'm a blue collarist. I think working people make this fucking whole country run. I don't think Jeff Bezos would have $2 in his pocket without the people that make the shit that he sells and man his warehouses and drive his trucks. So fuck him. They get their piece first. You know, people are very fucking like divided. We did a little show yesterday that'll come out for a while on our Patreon, but one of the things we talked about is polarization in America. The fact that the two political parties at the political level, we're talking at the national level legislature, I mean all the way down to the states, but national level legislature, the presidency, all these things are dysfunctional. Republicans and Democrats not only can't work together, but don't want to. It's like gridlock supports the status quo, so gridlock is what they want. And so they're basically just grandstanding to get reelected. We don't like, woke. We do like woke, but nothing about woke ever gets done one way or the other because they don't want it to. They want you to keep arguing about woke and not about why you're broke. They want you to keep arguing about woke and not about why your government is a fucking joke. It's like Sun Tzu. It's the Bible. A house divided against itself cannot stand. The people hold the power in this country, but only for now. If we rise up now, they can't deny us. And when I say rise up, I mean millions and millions and hundreds of millions of people hitting the streets everywhere. What are they going to do? Tell us no while they lose all their money and their factories fucking get torn down? No. They come to the table. All of a sudden, those rich fucks can take a pay cut so you don't have to die of cancer. So you don't have to work till you're 90. See? We don't get it unless we take it. And that includes conservatives. That includes MAGA. I can't do it without MAGA. There's no way to mobilize only leftist workforces. No such thing exists. This idea that up north it's nothing but a bunch of blue hairs and down south it's nothing but a bunch of good old boys, you may like that, but I've lived up south, down south and up north. There are hillbillies everywhere. There are lefties everywhere. It's all a blend. There's no way to fucking mobilize labor and just do it with leftism. So what are you doing to reach out to conservatives on economic issues? Are you wasting time calling the commentators that they watch retarded all the time like I am? Because that's fun. But is it changing any minds? No. You feed into their anti-woke rhetoric shit, and it's an endless fight that never comes to any kind of resolution, ever. There's not much you can do to change their minds. I disagree. I think the left has just gotten really bad at doing it. And I'm not even really talking as a leftist. I think labor has gotten really bad at talking to conservative people. But guess what? When I say, man, the boss makes $1, I make a dime, that's why I shit on company time, it doesn't take a liberal or a conservative to get that. So I think we on the left need to start retooling our language more towards economic populism, labor populism, and away from the social issue circus that is fed by the media and the politicians alike. And I think we on the left could do that. I just don't think we're doing it. I don't think we're trying it. I think we think we're going to shame conservatives or goad them into a civil war or something. I don't really know what the left is doing right now, but it certainly isn't economic populism. You know? Like, I don't think that, you know, gender identity trumps the world burning. If we can get the climate stabilized and the economic system stabilized and people taken care of, then I think we can start worrying about things like neo-pronouns and shit. For the interim, I agree. If you say, hey, I prefer he, her pronouns, I'm going to always respect that, because why wouldn't I? But as far as like the blibbity bloobity gender, flibbity dibbity gender, look, you can call yourself that, but I don't think it's the major political issue facing us in this country. Let's solve the fucking collapse. Let's take the power. Let's ensure that working people can feed their families on one job. Then let's handle the gender. Okay? I don't mean don't advocate for LGBTQ people. That's not, if you're hearing that, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you lead with that foot and that foot alone, right, you're going to lose. Sounds like it's so out of our grasp at this point. It is. There are very few people on the left talking like me. There are very few what I call Daryl Davis leftists. Daryl Davis was a black man that personally deconverted multiple card-carrying, weird white hood-wearing Klansmen by talking to them and showing them that their misconceptions were not true. You can look him up. I'm a Daryl Davis leftist. And I don't hear a whole lot of Daryl Davis leftism happening. I hear a whole lot of otherizing. I hear a lot, oh, look at these hillbillies. And I do the same. I'll make fun of a conservative idea, like I said. But I never hear a leftist talk economic populism. I never hear a leftist talk labor. Not anymore. They'll virtue signal to it. Oh, base, Biden went to a labor strike. But they won't actually advocate for it. They won't make it part of their fucking shit. Because they don't really care about it. They care more about the social issues. They care more about the fucking wedge issues. There's a reason why these social issues are also referred to as wedge issues. They're meant to drive a wedge between the populace, keep them arguing amongst each other, while the political and business class runs out the back door with the money. And it's been working for we've been rope-a-doped by this for 100 years. A house divided against itself cannot stand. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. I'm willing to set aside the social issues. Let's get these rich fucks that are killing the world. Let's get the social hierarchy to where it needs to be. The working man runs shit. And then let's tackle the rest of this. We can work it out as working people, as brothers and sisters of labor. That's my dream. The great thing about my dream is that it's not a dream. I've seen it applied. I grew up with a labor president for a father. My dad was the president of local number 254, glass molders, pottery, plastics, allied workers. It was an AFL-CIO union, and my dad was the president of his local chapter. And because my dad was blue collar, sometimes he had to take me to these. In fact, I went to hundreds of these meetings as a kid. I loved it. So I've seen it work. I've seen people that will, like in private, say, man, I hate blacks. But when they're in the labor space, the black man is your brother. You'll fucking stick up for him. If the company tries to fuck him, the company's fucking you. I see how it like disarms the nasty idea, right? Same thing with gay people. The first openly gay person I ever met was a member of my father's labor union, a black man named Demas. Demas was amazing, right? And people would talk shit about gays, but you know what? Nobody ever shit talked Demas. Because he was a labor union member. He was a brother in the union. Well, I'm sorry to hear you feel that way, Sophia, that you're dismissed where you're trans, but I will tell you one thing. I can't speak for anything else, but not in this space, you're not. Your voice is heard, and your advocacy is heard in this space. I can't promise any others because I don't stifle people because of that here. So your voice is heard here. And I bet there's a number of other spaces where your voice is also heard. Avail yourself as a trans woman. I'm a younger man, so my whole life, especially living in Texas, I've never seen strong unions or heard any advocate for the things you've taught me. I know, because it's dead. The labor movement has been a zombie for like 20 years of my life, and it was dying the previous 20 years. So I was born at the twilight of the union. Oh, Jesus. Flies, go away. Yeah. All voices matter in a union, and that gay guy that you might make fun of him behind his back, if that's your union brother and you see him getting beat down by a scab at a protest, you're gonna fuck that scab up. That's not a gay guy. That's your brother. And see, that breaks the fucking racist cycle. It's called contact theory. That's why I'm a Daryl Davis leftist. I don't think we're going to convince people to join together with us in solidarity by screaming at them and playing into wedge issues. I think it's bad praxis. Okay? I'm a labor leftist. I'm a Daryl Davis leftist. Some people just can't be reached. True enough. That's no excuse not to try. True enough. No excuse not to try. And right now, we're not trying. When I say we, I just mean broadly the left. Our messaging is so fucked because we've let it be turned into fucking hideous sausage by the DNC that we're not even trying now, man. I'm advocating for trying, if nothing else, a different way. It's the harder path. The easier way is to sit back and cackle and make jokes about conservatives. The harder path is talking to them. Unions, well, unions as they exist now, some of them are so weak that they're just basically like grifting part of people's paychecks. It's sad. But that wasn't the state of labor 100 years ago. 100 years ago, labor was strong. Like, let me tell you guys, I've told people this before, and I'll try and make it quick. I don't want to go through the whole thing because people hear me talk this all the time. But since we're on the subject, my father was a mechanic, a grease monkey. He used to come home covered all the way up to his elbows with grease. He was off in machines all day at a glass bottle factory. It's a place that melted and molded and mass produced glass bottles. My mom worked at that same factory. Her main job at this time was line selector. It was her job to watch these bottles come down the line, to find bottles that had imperfections in them, to remove them, and when the line got backed up, to pack those bottles by hand into boxes and hand stack those boxes onto pallets. Very back-breaking work and very blue-collar work. So knowing that, my parents both came from poverty. So no inheritance was involved or anything, right? Dad's a grease monkey. Mom's a line selector and a hand packer at a glass plant, right? I was born into a house, a big like 5-bedroom house that they had built out in a beautiful stretch of country land. I lived on 9 acres. I had a horse pasture with a horse named Sugar Baby. My dad had an old 1946 Willys Jeep that he restored and lifted and put monster mutters on. We tool around on that. We had 3-wheelers, which are illegal now. Now they're quads. We had 2 3-wheelers. We had a go-kart. We had several go-karts over the course of all of that. We used to go on vacation 10 times a year, right? 10 times a year. For a couple of days, we'd go to the beach, tool around on our go-karts, go up in the mountains, tool around in the Jeep. And that was on mechanic, line selector, blue-collar people, right? So that's what 2 blue-collar jobs used to get you. Let me tell you a little more. When I was a kid, 2 blue-collar parents, and you can check my fucking homework on this if you want. My name is my father's name. You can look him up. You can see what he did with his life, okay? My parents on Christmas got tired of individually wrapping so many presents. And so my sister and I, my biological sister, when my parents were still together, would get these giant Christmas bags. One would be PJ and one would have my sister's name on it, right? PJ was mine. I would unwrap it and inside was every toy I wanted. If I had mentioned to my parents, I love GoBots, every GoBot was in there. If I'd also mentioned, I like Ninja Turtles were in there. If I said, this G.I. Joe guy is so cool, he has a helicopter, I got the G.I. Joe guy and the helicopter. All of it in the same bag with a skateboard, with a scooter, with a new bike, you know, a BB gun, a fucking whatever it was I was into was in there, and every bit of it they could find. And that was like every Christmas from like, I don't know, since I can remember. Till my parents broke up and the economy crashed and the union crashed and my parents crashed. My parents literally were in a car accident. My sister and I were with them. We were buckled. They weren't. Almost killed both of them. And that precipitated a bankruptcy because the union collapsed, didn't protect them. Then my parents were forced to sell everything they owned. And right in there, once they were healed up from the crash, which was months, they divorced. And things were never the same, right? So I lived right at the end of that, guys. Being born in 1980 let me taste just the final sip of what working people used to have in this country. And then I got to watch it all collapse. I went from living in that house to living in a camper shell. Do you know what a camper shell is? A camper shell is a thing you would strap on a normal size pickup. It goes in the pickup bed. And it's like a little camper that you can crawl up in and sleep in. I lived in a camper shell with my sister for a year. Or close to a year. Lived in apartments. Lived with my grandparents and my dad for a while. Went from that to that quick. One big family tragedy, two, and that's all it took. Car wreck, divorce, done. And yeah, good old Ronnie Reagan. I got one more thing to say. I'm glad Reagan dead. My best friend is going through a hard time, but is being very mean to me. Should I be her friend? That's up to you, man. I'm not your fucking counselor. You've got to set your own boundaries. I will say, my personal boundaries do not include allowing my friends to be mean to me unrequited and unanswered. Right? I don't absorb people's nastiness. If somebody that I consider my friend says something nasty to me, I'm going to confront them on it. And we're going to work it out or we're not going to be friends anymore. That's the way it works, bro. I don't take abuse off of anybody, verbal or otherwise. What's your name? My name is Paul. The lack of people that realize this issue is what makes it feel impossible to ever get better. We have to start building that fucking bridge, man. It's been torched. The space where it used to occupy has been nuked and is constantly just a no man's land. We've got to build that bridge again or we're fucked. I think we might be fucked anyway, but in my mind, leftists really need to start thinking about unifying people and correcting this government. And we're not. We're doing the culture wars. We're doing the fucking lesser of two evils, 99% Hitler riding with Biden shit. And I think that's failure personified on the face of it. And I think that if we don't start thinking in terms of, number one, how do we unify ourselves? Number two, how do we reach across the right and make an economic argument that's going to bring people over and let contact theory do its work while strengthening labor? If we're not focused on that, I think we're just fucking around. We're jerking off. No swearing. This isn't your classroom, bro. This is mine. I'll say whatever the fuck I want. So yeah, I got no influence other than a minor amount of micro internet celebrity influence on the left, and I use it every fucking day to espouse what I believe. What else can I do? Hi, Paul. Hope you're having a good day. Sending best wishes from Scotland. Oh, aye, laddie. I hope you're having a good day too. Or lassie, as it were. We need the vets too. We need inroads to the military. Oh yeah, the military used to be with, like, especially in the Vietnam era, the military, when they came back and people were spitting on them in the South, calling them baby killer, baby killer, baby killer, right? They found a place in the left. The left said, come and tell us what you saw there. Tell us how you feel about it. So we need the military. We're not going to get the cops, but we're going to need to counter the cops with numbers. Like all we have now on the cops is sheer numbers. That's why I talk about 3 million people in Washington, D.C. That's why I talk about 2 or 3 million people occupying Wall Street, but for real this time. You know? And we need the South to be with us, because if we don't do this, we're fucked. And we're not going to get them with us by leading with neo-genders and fucking wedge issues, wedge social issues, and not fucking straight up family economics. That's our failure as leftists. And I think it's incumbent on us to fix it. And I'm trying to do it, but I'm an old man. I've got a platform that's larger than most people's, but you can see it ain't that big. I got 177 people listening to me say this. I don't know how many people will watch it or ever see it. But I don't know how I could better boost my ideas and advocate for what I believe than this. It's definitely like a job that's pretty fucking shitty sometimes, because people fucking hate you for believing some of this stuff. But I remain a passionate advocate. Like I said, I'm a Daryl Davis leftist. I'm a labor leftist. I think we should be building bridges to the South, not burning them. Only bridge I see is economic populism, labor populism. It's very hard to hate a black man when he's standing the line with you in the union and securing your contract with you. You might profess with your mouth in private that you hate that man, but that racist cycle has been broken in your mind because you shake that man's hand and smile to his face every fucking day and treat him great. Treat him like a brother, right? And then your children see you shaking hands with a black man and they don't listen to your fucking hate. They look at your actions, right? You see what I mean? There's a trans woman working at your factory. You may in private go like, I don't agree with that lifestyle and I think that's fucking blah, 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 blah. But when that trans woman's standing the line with you, that's your sister. You take her back, she takes yours. You both get the contract. You both stand together in solidarity and you both reap the fucking benefit that you both accrued with your labor. So your kids see that. Your kids see you shaking hands with and standing next to and breaking bread with a trans woman, and your hate becomes secondary to your actions. That's what happened to me. My parents, when there was nobody gay or black in the room, were racist and homophobic. But when Demas was over, Demas was my mom's gay black friend in the union, my dad's. He was over all the time. When Demas was over, all that hate. So knowing how I am by listening to me, did I listen to my parents' hatred or did I look at what they did? I looked at what they did. I don't hate black people. I don't hate trans people. I don't hate gay people. I am part of the LGBTQ community. I'm bisexual myself. I've seen it work. I've experienced the fruits of it, and I want it for everybody. But we're not going to get it by screaming at each other online. We're not going to get it online at all. We're going to have to hit the fucking streets. And look, I'm not that guy. People go like, oh, start it then. I'm not a fucking leader of millions. All right? I would be there with you, right? I'll be a voice that with a bullhorn helping out. But I can't be your leader, guys. I'm not that guy, dude. I'm way too prickly. I'm way too shit. I'm old as fuck, too. My knees can't hold up on a fucking 10-mile march, bro. All right? I'll be there in solidarity for as long as I can. But I'm old and broken. I fucking did my work. My back is fucked. My knees are fucked. My joints are fucked. My neck is fucked. I don't have the fucking strength I had in my 20s. I need you guys to find a leader. I need you guys, and when I say you guys, I mean younger people, to help me at the very least find a leader. To help me elevate the correct person to the job. To help me find them and signal boost them. And to join me when the movement starts. That's what I ask. That's all I'm asking. That's all I can do, man. I'm not rich. I'm not a leader of men. I'm a performer, man. I'm the guy with the bullhorn. What do we want? Contract. When do we want it? I'm that guy, man. That's cool. I'll be there with you. But I can't lead it. I don't have the money. I don't have the know-how. I don't have the desire. I know myself better than that. I would not be a good leader. Right? Not at that level. So this is what I do. I advocate when I can. I'm planning activism in the fucking late part of next year, or early part of next year. Sorry, late part of this year, early part of next year. I hope to go to DC and do some activism. Join some protest action. Fucking go to Congress and try and talk to some Congress people about what's going on and get them on the record. You know, but you know, I'm gonna fund that myself. I'm not gonna crowdfund it like some kind of fucking shit because I'm doing it for me. I'm hoping December, January-ish, right? So like I said, late this year, early next year. It might be before that, it might be after that, I don't know. But late this year, after the summer, in the fall, winter. Yeah, I do a show with TJ. TJ and I do a show with Scotty called Deep Fat Fried. We're doing it today in about 3 hours. 2 p.m. PST, you'll have to figure out your own time zone. But yeah, we go live every Tuesday and Friday. Do 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 do. Hey, I just want to tell you guys that Jesus loves you and gave his life for you. Hey, man, I got to be honest with you. I appreciate that sentiment, but I really, really, like, I'm not going to get sidetracked, but I really wish Christians would stop loudly professing with their lives that they love Jesus and start acting like Christ. You want to convince a dude like me, you got to show me with it's by your fruits that I know you. That's Jesus. So don't profess loudly with your mouth. You know what God and Jesus had to say about that. If you've read your Bible, and if you don't, why don't you? Don't profess with your mouth your love for the Lord and his glory. Show me with your fruits that Christianity is the only way to be. Be better. Be like him. Be like Christ. Yeah? Yep, actions speak louder than words. Where are you right now? But it's where like a werewolf. Oh, I'm having a moment. Oh, I'm having a moment. I'm having one of those we're fucking doomed moment. Where are you right now? But it's where like a fucking werewolf. Not W-H-E-R-E, but where like werewolf. Oh my fucking god, bro. Okay, I need to. Oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna do my stretches. I'm gonna recenter. It's time. Give me like, and you do the same. Stand up, go get a drink of water, stretch your legs, okay? It takes me like 5 minutes max. Oh my god, dude. Fucking wear like a werewolf, bro. Oh boy. I said I needed to recenter myself, and that's exactly true. I needed to do that. How's your state debt paying you anything? My name's Paul Zigo. You can look me up. I do a show here on YouTube called Deep Fat Fried. I've made my money exclusively from that for 10 years now. I don't monetize this channel because I do this for fun. It's nice to sit out in my backyard and get some sun, start the day, get my vocal cords woken up, get my mind woken up. And sometimes it's fun to like wind down with it too. You know, I really do enjoy doing this, but I don't charge money for it. Not now. I don't know what state debt means, but yeah. So the strain of the day. The strain of the day for me is 805 glue. That's what we're puffing on right now. I don't know much about it. I know it's 20% cannabinoids, 20% THC. That's right where I like to smoke, man. I don't need that like shit where they're proclaiming to you that it's 30%, because that's impossible. Like, I like good fucking like upper mids, man. 20%, give it to me. Why is your nickname Paul Zigo, and any story behind it? Yeah, that was the name of my first YouTube channel. And the name started back in high school. Like, I was in a band in high school. We were trying to come up with a name, and I was shooting down everybody else's ideas. And somebody got mad at me and said, "Why don't we name the band Paul's Big Fucking Ego?" And I laughed, and I was like, I actually like that. We didn't end up naming the band Paul's Ego. We named it Apple Nasty, and that was a better name. But when it came time to make my YouTube channel, I would have been like 26. I was like, Paul's Ego. And then that became my name, and now that's what people know me by on. It's like an AKA or whatever. But my first, everybody like will shorthand just call me Paul, which is my real first name. Just got here again, subscribed. I appreciate your comments. I'm looking forward to more. I'm up for learning, not being self-righteous and argumentative. I really like your views. Thanks. Cool. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you stop by again. You into Baldur's Gate 3? Yeah, bro, but like I played a little bit of it, and then I was like, I don't have time for this right now. So I'm like waiting to be done with like Ghost of Tsushima, to be like at a point where I'm like not feeling like I want to play Star Citizen every second of every day, right? I got those two games competing for all my game time right now. When I get myself worked through those, all right, I'm gonna pop over and I'm gonna check that shit out. You seen the movie, Paul? Actually, no. When I saw the poster for it from afar, you know, because I didn't know it was coming out until I saw like a poster at a movie theater. I was like, oh shit, a movie named Paul, and I saw it was like a Pixar looking alien dude, and I was like, so no, I didn't see it because it looked like it was dog shit. You played Elite Dangerous? Oh, I fucking love Elite. I'm like a PvE guy in those types of games. I don't really do the dog fighting thing. I don't really like doing that at all, to be honest with you. I like exploring in what you call it, in Elite is what I did most of the time I played it. Just kitted out like an explorer ship and plotted a course. I was trying to get to like the center of the galaxy and back, and I don't even think I made it to the center. I just kept getting sidetracked. But yeah, just being alone out there and shit, that was what I loved about that game. And that's really like probably how I'll play Star Citizen as well, once it supports a little bit more of that solo lifestyle kind of like exploration shit. I see you every day. Yeah, well, pretty much every day. Yeah, I stream. Hey, how are you, Dadu? Where are you from? I am from California. Where are you from? Paul had old streams of him playing Elite, jumping systems like a badass with his voice commands. Yeah, I had voice attack set up, and I had bought one of the little AI packages that, were sold third party, and I had it all rigged so that I could just be like, I could line everything up, and then I could just tell my AI verbally, jump to the next system, please. And she would say, jumping. She would do all the shit. And then I would get there and I'd say, I'd land on the system. I'd say, open fuel scoop. Fuel scoop deploying. I'd scoop the sun, get my fucking fuel back. And then I'd tell her, scan the system. Scanning. All of these things would require me to have like a keybind. But I thought it was way cooler to actually treat it like people are probably going to treat it in the future. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I want to jump back into Elite, but like, dude, I got bit by the Star Citizen bug so bad, and I think Star Citizen will have that shit eventually. So, I don't know. Are you the master? No, but I'm the gatekeeper. Are you the keymaster? I'm the keymaster. Are you the gatekeeper of Gozer? I am the keymaster. Oh. How do I grow a beard, please? Step 1, stop shaving. Step 2, look a little scruffy for a while. Step 3, question mark, question mark, question mark. Step 4, awesome beard, okay? Do you literally speak to an AI to control a game? Not all of the game. Like, I would still fly the plane, like, not the plane, the spaceship. I would still fly the ship, and I had a stick and throttle, so a HOTAS stick and throttle. So I'd sit in my chair, and I'd fly the ship, and I'd tell the AI, hey, I'm bored, tell me a fact about space. And she would say, in 1971, cosmologist so-and-so discovered Pluto. Pluto is no longer considered to be a planet at this point, but it, for a long time, was considered to be the 9th planet, right? And then I'd go, all right, nothing here. Let's jump to the next system, please. Jumping. So she would hit the fucking jump drive, so I didn't have to, right? And I'd be like, we'd land. Like I said, I'd say, deploy fuel scoop deploying, and she would do it. And I would scoop the sun. I'd do the piloting myself. Take it in low and slow, but not too low. Keep the nose up. Get my hydrogen back. Get clear of the sun. Scan the system, please. Scanning. Collating data. System scan complete. The system scan comes up. I, align myself up to the new system scan point. I say, jump to the next planet, please. Jumping. Planet comes into view. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I had it set up. Hey, baby, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry. Are you okay? I made some coffee. Brand new full pot, and I haven't even had a cup yet. So,
Yes, I'll get you a cup too.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want.
You need your meds?
Yes.
Too?
Thank you, baby. I love you. So I learned, because I was doing explorations, I would do like the broad system scan from the sun, which is always your best bet to get a look at what's there. And I would learn that some of the data that came back meant this is a pretty dead world, this is a barren world, this is an Earth-like world. I'm going to go scan that. So I would line myself up with that planet. Jump to the planet, please. I'd do a deeper scan on that planet, and then, I usually wasn't the first guy to discover it, but either way, it becomes data that I carry around on my ship, and when I get back to civilization, after a deep space jaunt, I can sell all of that shit. It's like mapping data and survey scan data and all that shit, right? So that's how I made credits in the game, was by just literally flying through empty systems and looking for planets and stuff. She your wife? Yeah. It's my wife, Amelia. Yeah, I just have a cup of coffee a day. I did like Firefly, yeah. It sucks that Starfield was such a letdown. I was so hyped for it, only to learn you can't fly the ship to a planet. I know, that's fucking retarded. Dude, I don't know if you've tried out Star Citizen. I know people hate on that, but dude, there is nothing in the world like walking from a first-person perspective into your ship, looking around the interior, going to the cockpit, sitting down in the cockpit, taking control of your ship, right? Like, it's fucking unbelievable. Flying out of a space station, seeing the planet that the space station orbits, just looking around, lining yourself up, quantum jumping or whatever it is to the next planet, going, oh, I want to take a closer look, flying to that planet, entering that planet's atmosphere, complete if it's big enough and has a thick enough atmosphere with the burning as your ship goes in, thermal shielding. Then you can like, oh, thank you, baby doll. Then you can like fly around on the planet's surface and discover minerals and abandoned outposts and all that shit. No loading screen at all. Then let's say you go down to the planet and you're like, oh, this planet's boring. I want to get out of here. You aim your fucking nose up, engage your thrusters and shit, and you leave the planet's orbit. If it's a big planet, it takes fucking forever. If it's a small planet, you're in space pretty quick, right? No loading screens. Let's say that, like, okay, I get in a stable orbit. I get off the planet. I'm out in space now. I shut down the systems. I get up from my cockpit. I go to the back of my ship. I open it up. I can now do an EV. I can go outside of my ship and do a spacewalk and repair damage on my own ship with a little gun. Right? Spacewalk back in the back of my ship, hit the button that closes the thing, go sit down, take control of my ship again, and fly to another planet. All of that seamlessly with no loading screens at all. No hiding, fully contiguous universe. Fucking insane, bro. All of the space between things exists in Star Citizen and Elite. So it's like, if I'm looking at a planet and my conventional thrusters, it would take me like 35 fucking 100 years to get there, right? So I've got to engage my quantum drive. But let's say halfway between here and there, I disengage my quantum drive and I still have 15 astrometric units to go, which is like 15 light years basically to go, right? And I stop. The space that I stop in isn't created for me. It exists. It's there in the game to be explored by anybody else. If another dude just so happened to stop his engine at the same point or close enough that I could hit him on radar, we would find each other out there. You sound really intelligent. I'm not. I'm pretty mid. I'm a college dropout.
That doesn't mean you're not intelligent.
Yeah, but you know, I don't try and carry myself like I'm God's gift to intelligence, because I really have like worked pretty fucking normal jobs my whole life until this one. This one's weird, but you know, I worked at Starbucks for 8 years, and then I worked at a school district. I was a technology guy at the school district for 8 years. What's that game called again? It's called Star Citizen. You know, it's not released now. It's like you got to pay to play, and it's not complete. It's not feature complete. It is a little buggy and laggy sometimes, and I'm telling you, there's nothing in the world like that fucking game, bro. The gameplay loop is tight. If you want one that is way more stable, but maybe a little less impressive, Elite Dangerous. It's like a pre-release. You pay to play. It's like in alpha testing, they call it, but it's a more complete game than you usually get. Apparently, it has a $48,000 DLC. Yeah, well, one of the ways that they do it is you can buy ships with real money when you... See, like, here's how it works. If you want to play the game before it's released, you don't buy the game, you buy a ship. Most people buy a starter package that costs about as much as a game. It's like $40 or $50, right? And it gets you a really good ship, like a starter ship that can kind of do what you want to do. But all of the ships in the game are attainable by playing the game. So if you decide you want to pay $100 for a better ship, you can do that and skip the 20 hours it would take you to earn it and learn the systems, right? That's how they make money. And the top end of that is a ship that's so absurdly customized and huge and pointless that, like, you'd have to be a rich guy to want to own it in real life. And yeah, I think it's 48 grand. And I don't know if anybody owns it. I don't think so. But it's just like an absurdly huge mansion in space, basically, that does everything in the game. Like, it explores, it fights, you can mine on it if you wanted to be retarded, but it's basically just like a giant super Bezos yacht in space. And you'll own it for the entire lifetime of the game. Nobody can take it from you. It's your fucking ship. That's pretty cool, you know, but not $48,000 cool. And considering that you can get a slightly less customized but equally as luxurious version of the same ship just by playing the game.
I think more people would spend 48 grand than you'd realize.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a few people do own it.
Because in similar games, like I told you, that Star Trek Fleet Command game made $1 billion in its first year.
Yeah.
You can't even like just buy ships outright.
Yeah. So I bought a starter package ship. I think I was like $60, and I didn't like the ship, and I didn't want to fuck around and wait. And so I went back and they don't make you keep that ship. You can go trade it in for an equal value ship. So I did that a couple of times, and I found a ship that I really wanted that with the $60 I had already played would require me to give 20 more bucks. And so I did that, and that's the ship I fly now. So I ended up paying $80 to skip the tutorial, basically, and have a ship that I'll never lose. Even when the game goes live, I'll always own that ship and everything I have in it. That's cool. Maybe not everything I have in it, but that ship is mine. So when the game goes live, I will always have that ship as my starter ship. So that was cool for me. But that's all they're getting out of me. That's it. No extras, no bells, no whistles, no toodly-toos. $48K is not getting you a yacht. It's getting you a space yacht. It's getting you an in-game yacht that you can flex on everybody else because nobody else has that fucking 890 jump custom. And it really is a giant floating mega mansion in space. Got elevators in it. They go to multiple decks, observation decks. You got a fucking pool table in there. You can play pool with it. Got a fucking like laboratory station. It's got a garage so you can fill it with your fucking space Lamborghinis. So when you landed on a planet, you can pull out your fucking hella expensive whip and tool around the planet with it and then pull it right back up in your fucking shit and go on a Dude, it's like if you paid the $48,000 to have that in game, your life is a vacation. Nobody can fuck with you because your ship has tons of auto defense, right? You can't really like beat the game with it, but like you can't really not beat the game with it either. It's like, you know, you fucking tool around, you do whatever you want. You have way more cool shit than anybody has, you know, and it costs 48 G's of real money if you want that. I don't. Dude, it's all about the fucking flex. Because, like, you know, if you came on my ship, like, let's say you were in game and I was like, hey, do you want to come on my ship? And then you pulled out your dick and started jerking off. I was like, no. Come, like, would you like to board my ship? Like, oh, sorry. Yeah, you came on my ship. You wouldn't be impressed, bro. You'd be like, a little utilitarian in here. Was that a bunk bed over there? No, man, there's just one. Oh, that is a bunk bed. Eee. All right, man, but it's not bad. I mean, it flies, right? Yeah. Dude, if I had an 890 jump custom with that $48,000 fucking swipe, right? I would beam you up into my ship with an anti-grav fucking thing. I'd just be like, stand right there. You know what I mean? Like, and you land in the middle of a fucking foyer, and I'm like, have a seat, man. I'll get you a drink, and we'll take the grand tour. It takes a while. I'm gonna go ahead and have the AI take off for me. Jump, go ahead and get us in orbit, please. Orbiting. Yeah, it's real smooth, man. You know, it's a whole different experience, bro. Dude, I drive a salvage vehicle. That's what I do for a living in Star Citizen, okay? It's not real fun, but it's lucrative as fuck, and it's fun to me. It doesn't get me shot at very often. I'm all alone in the middle of nowhere, and I'm stripping a fucking carcass of a ship and taking it back and selling it for a profit. Cheers to that. I'm a vulture, okay? That's what I do. What kind of ship would you fly in that type of world, babe? Do you know? Like, think about it. It's like, you know, like the capitalist future. You can be a miner, you can be a pirate, you can be a capitalist, like business owner that has other people flying for them. You can be a military drug dealer. You could do it. You could do it. I actually smuggled drugs in the game to make the money to get the fucking shit I needed to fuel my new ship. Yeah, you can smuggle drugs, and I think eventually manufacture them, which is kind of cool. Although you will have to like protect your shit because other drug lords are gonna try to shut your ass down, you know. So you'd be like Mama. Yeah, dude, I could see it. Amelia Clan. It's like, don't go to that moon. That's the Amelia Clan moon. They're vicious. They don't let anybody come within 100 clicks of that place. She rules with an iron fist. Most of the screw that's used on all the planets comes right from that moon. And even the fucking feds won't go there. Amelia's just like raking in money, sitting in her parked 890 jump. Watching everything from her observation deck, like, I could see that. I don't have those ambitions. I just want to fucking be a fucking loner. But I would work for Mama's salvage operation, you know, if she needed somebody to do that. The Mama clan or the Amelia clan needed a fucking salvage guy to go out and strip some ships, and then you spend that on drugs or whatever. Hey, I'm your guy. Space Chapo. Yeah. What about you, D? What would you do? What do you think you would fly? What would your job be? Probably like a guard. Probably like a security dog. So you'd fly like a ship with a bunch of guns on it, and it'd park out in front of our house. Anybody that came close, you'd be like, tell them get the fuck back, right? I think so. I think we figured you out. What about Cricket, though? What job does Cricket have in the crew?
Be a pirate.
Cricket's a pirate. You're right. You're totally fucking right. He just takes what he wants, and he's almost too cute to be mad at when he steals from you. He's like little Puss in Boots, like a debonair little fucking, shows up in his ship, doesn't hurt anybody, you know, just grabs the catnip and goes like, thank you much, and gets back on his ship. Yeah, that's Cricket. Dinor's gonna have the 48K ship. I don't think Dinor would like that. He'd be lonely in the 48K ship.
He might be a contractor to guard the 48K ship.
True. But even then, he wouldn't want to be left alone in that 48K ship. He'd want to be with dad or with mom or both. So he'd go salvaging with dad, and then I bring him home, give him to Capo Amelia, let them spend some cuddle time, wait for Cricket to get back from his daily pirate runs, and then we all go to sleep on Amelia's big, opulent 890 jump, looking at the fucking stars. Sounds good to me. I like that. I could live that life. And if something jumps off, I go jump in a turret and we fucking, because the feds ain't coming near the moon. Not our moon. Dude, people need slam or whatever. And we're going to provide it. Fuck you. Free market. What are your thoughts on current brain rot? Well, I will say this. It's not new. I mean, it might be more pronounced now, maybe. I don't know. But it's not new. There's always been people that walked around in slack-jawed wonder at their own existence. And that's, you know, whatever. That's fine. But yeah, I feel like it's like an epidemic now, kind of. What did Fat Mike say? The idiots are taking over? I think Fat Mike might have been right. Internet makes you way smarter than TV. If only the numbers agreed with that. Why are we... Dude, if that's true, why are we graduating more functional illiterates now than any time in American history, in the history of the fucking public education system here on this fucking continent? Why does that number go up every year instead of way down? Like, if the internet makes you way more smarter than TV, then why is everybody graduating retarded? Because that's not just my opinion. That's just the numbers, bro. That's just the fucking numbers, bro. I'm new here. Cool, welcome. Thanks for saying my hair is cool, too. I like it, too. That's very nice of you to give a nice comment. Sometimes people drop by and they want to say something mean. You said something nice. I like that. Thank you for that. Well, Gen Alpha hasn't really reached college yet. Yeah, but, you know, they have graduated, like, middle school, and they're in high school, and those test results are available. Go take a look at them, bro. You remind me of a biker. My dad said that, too. I went and visited my dad after being estranged from him for 5 years. He was in the hospital. They thought he was dying. He actually beat the cancer and shit, and he's fine now, and he's he's still kicking. But that's what he told me when I showed up, because he hadn't seen me in 5 years. He was like, "You look like a badass biker, boy." And I was like, "I look like a biker?" I'm so far from a biker. I'm a stoner, Dad. Is that close enough? Well, grant your wish, man. Get back into reading. Thick leather smooth caps? What the fuck is that, bro? I don't like wearing hats, man. My hair is thick. It needs to... I like letting my scalp breathe. Does your dad ever have long hair? Yeah, he did. Not as long as mine, but he tried to grow his hair out and tried to grow out a beard, and he said he hated it. I was like, "Dad, you would look so epic if you let your hair grow out and did a beard. Do you have any idea how wizardly and fucking wise you would look?" And he was like, "Dude, I tried it when you were a baby, right around 1981 or 82. I got this itch in my ass, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to grow my hair out like Kenny Loggins or whatever." And he said he hated it. He hated the beard. He hated the long hair. Well, it's not for everybody, I guess. My dad still has a full head of hair, you know, or at least mostly full head, like way more than most dudes that are about to turn 70, right? He could grow a big wizardly mane, and his hair is like white, not silver, white. So he'd have a white beard. He'd look like fucking Saruman, dude. It's like, Dad, the bitches love a wizard. But he says, I can't do it, son. I can't do it. You like anime? Yeah, I'm very picky about it, but I am not an anime otaku type of guy. I don't own any anime shit, or at least very little of it. I might own like something anime, but like honestly, everybody does. I'm not an anime like fucking otaku dude, but I do like some animes. You know, I don't mind listing the ones I liked, but I don't want to talk about anime all day because I haven't seen a ton. Anything Miyazaki, so all of the Studio Ghibli stuff, Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, etc., on and on, right? That's all goated. I like the old Ghost in the Shell. I like the old Akira. I like the old, there's an old anime called Project Echo that I used to like when I was a kid. I still kind of like that anime. I liked Puella Madoka Magica. I thought that like took all the anime tropes and turned it on its head. And my favorite anime, if you made me tell you, is Kill la Kill. You chill with your dad now? Yeah, we're more than chill. We reconciled to the extent that father and son can, you know, and we're chill, which is good, right? Kill la Kill is my top, dude. That's my top, but I'm not a super anime guy, right, dude? I do not like most shonen type anime stuff. I do not like magical high school kid who's different but has to save the world. By day, he's a fucking high school student that can't talk to girls, and by night, he's a magical assassin. I can't do that, dude. Like, that's why I liked Madoka, because I was like, I didn't want to watch it because I thought, oh shit, I've seen this. But then it turns that whole fucking thing on its head, right? So I can't do shonen. I can't do like, people are into all kinds of shit that look, dude, I've watched an episode of One Piece. Can't do it, too skibbity. Watch an episode or 2 or 3 probably now of Naruto. Can't do it, too skibbity. I like old Dragon Ball. Like original Dragon Ball and maybe Dragon Ball Z, but I don't like the fucking wherever it is now, Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle GX or whatever with all the fucking shit going. I can't follow it no more. So I did like the first season of Attack on Titan, but that's it. After that, I was like, I'm pass on that right there. Go ahead and pass on that right there. You know, like Fist of the North Star. I've seen Hoten no Ken. Isn't that what it is? Hoten ko no Ken, or to, you know, Hoken to no Ken. Isn't that it? I've actually read the manga too. Interestingly enough, way back when though, when I was like in college. Yeah, Hakuto no Ken. Yeah. I read the manga back in the day. The translated manga anyway. I can't read kanji. I don't know, dude. I'm not a manga supremacist, but I did like the manga for Fist of the North Star more than I liked the couple of well, I watched more than a couple. I probably 2 or 3 or 4 episodes of the anime series that I watched, the early one. I know there's several of them now. I haven't seen them. Down with America. Jesus. I mean, yeah, dude, I kind of agree, but fuck, man, there's some nice people here. Don't down with us all, bro. Not down with us all. Sure, people in America hate where you're from too, like unnecessarily, and I'm sure there's lots of nice people where you're from, sir. I wouldn't want to hurt them, and I have no control over my government. I wish I did. If I did, we wouldn't be hurting you. Does anyone remember the game The Summoning? Not me. Berserk is the best manga ever made, hands down. People keep trying to get me into Berserk. I took a look at the manga, I just was not into it, bro. It just didn't hit with me. People keep saying, like, I think you'd love Berserk. And I'm like, yeah, I thought I would too, but I didn't. Kind of bounced off of it. But see, now we're having a whole ass anime conversation just because I listed off a few animes I like, and I hate that shit because I'm not a fucking otaku, bro. I'm an anime guy that lives in it. And so that's why I don't talk about it much. I don't think I will come around, bro. I've already seen parts of Berserk. I read the first fucking like 20 pages of the manga and I just bounced off it, bro. It was just too fucking edgy and dark for me. Like, I like a little sunlight. I don't mind edgy and dark, but if it's just dark for the sake of dark, probably gonna bounce off, bro. Same reason I don't play the fucking Souls games. I play games like the Souls games all the time, but I just hate their fucking like tired ass shit. Thanks, Layla. I appreciate it. Don't really need you to be the town crier, though, okay? You can never do that again, all right? Appreciate it, though. Hope aliens look different compared to anything we can expect. They will. I mean, unless there's some sort of seed of life that happened, unless they made us from them, which is possible. There's no way they have 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 legs, 2 hands, a heart. Like, people think there's little gray men running around. If there are real aliens out there and they're not related to us other than by biology, then like they probably look way different. Like some kind of blob thing or whatever. Anyway, I gotta fucking go. It's starting to get hot, and my phone's about to die, and I'm cranky, and I need to get some food. And make sure you check out 2 p.m. PST, Deep Fat Fried. That is my main podcast. If you're new here, check it out. See if you like it. Think about subscribing if you like this. I do these a lot. If not, that's cool too. Have a good day, okay?